is just for kids, specially designed to treat kids' most bothersome cold symptoms quickly with a honeylicious tasting flavor kids like.
You know what else kids like?
DayQuil Kids Honey first, then video games.
Deal.
Vicks DayQuil Kids Honey, the kids' honeylicious daytime coughing, congestion, stuffy head, stuffy nose medicine. Safe for ages 6+.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. We look forward to week 15 in the NFL. Playoff chase is in full effect. We'll keep you updated around the league. College bowl games are starting, and we look into who we expect to win and make our picks. The World Cup is wrapping up. Who will play Argentina in the finals? Major League Baseball news, college basketball, and the Coyotes. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babette.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and soon you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. Como si fuera magia.
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Attention men, has ED kept you out of the game? If so, you're not alone. In fact, 52% of men over the age of 40 struggle with ED. That's 1 out of every 2 men in the U.S. Unfortunately, the old treatment methods like Viagra, Cialis, and shockwave therapy are ineffective and not safe for all men. That's why we at Stallion Health Group found a side effect-free medical solution for ED that works for everyone every time. We are so certain that if our treatment doesn't work for you during your first and only office visit, we'll give you $500 cash. No questions asked. Our medical solution is an alternative that we guarantee will provide a positive result on a single visit right in our office, or it won't cost you 1 penny. Make this holiday season one to remember. Call us 480-771-6636. 480-771-6636. That's 480-771-6636. Call Stallion Health Group at 480-771-6636.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Cobble Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend and radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now.
Well, you just continue on like you normally do.
Yeah, well, usually I say alongside Randy White.
You can still say that. I'm right here.
Which we've been doing for a lot of years.
Well, I'm right here.
Well, but you're not. You're behind the glass.
I'm on the tables of steel.
And Keon's in here with me.
Well,
yeah, alongside me, literally.
Sort of a Christmas miracle.
So
the texters are still on the text line at 888-368-1580.
I was getting there. I was getting to that. I just did.
We are broadcasting live from the Harmon Solar Studios in beautiful uptown Scottsdale.
You realize every time there is a change to the way we do things, nothing is right for a while.
From the palatial CRC broadcasting mega complex.
I never say that. I never say that. So now I have to. Is this just today or is this every day now?
Well, I mean, it just
we just thought we'd try it. We don't know.
I mean, it's a Christmas miracle.
It's like when your wife asks you to drive your car. You know, you're like, all right, well, whatever he said. 888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender and all that good stuff on National Cocoa Day or National Ice Cream Day. If we had to get rid of one, which one would we get rid of?
Cocoa.
You're gonna take that? You're gonna take that just sitting right there? He says that right in front of you. What the hell, Randy?
I mean, I'm gonna ditch ice cream.
See, See?
Yeah.
You're ditching the ice cream.
Yeah.
Keon.
I
You don't-
prefer
you're-
hot
you're-
foods to
you're getting-
cold foods.
You're getting rid of the cocoa, all right? But you could still have chocolate ice cream.
Can have chocolate ice cream.
Why
but
can't you have chocolate ice cream?
No, I can't. I just
Oh.
I was agreeing, but I prefer hot foods to cold foods. If I have to choose, I'm going to choose the hot food every time.
Wow.
Taking ice cream all day.
Well, I live in a world, but I don't have to choose, so I'll just take both. I just made you guys fight about it. I don't need to be in this fight.
I don't think there was any fighting whatsoever.
Yeah, not on this show. No fighting on this show, or between this show or other shows, or any listeners.
I want to know. I want to know why we did not have a drink out of the tin cup whiskey that I gave you.
You know, I
for
thought
Christmas
about
today.
that. I thought you were in there doing busy stuff. I was doing busy stuff, and Randy got me a nice big ass bottle, by the way, of the tin cup whiskey, and I haven't even had any yet. I remember I got him some years ago, and he said it was really good. So, well, I guess we could do that during the break. But now you can't.
Yeah, I can't.
You're not allowed to drink any because you're on the board.
At 6:03 and a half,
Yes.
I can have some.
It would make more sense that we do it at 6:03 right before we get into our automobiles.
Yes.
And drive. A shot
Well,
of whiskey is always good.
I don't know about you, but I have production when I get off the air. A whole bunch of stuff came down this afternoon. So
Fantastic.
and that starts tomorrow.
Really?
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely try it. Thank you, by the way. I'm looking forward to I was going to say sip it, but let's be honest, chug some. I'll let it just chug some. And yes, National Cocoa Day, National Ice Cream Day, whatever you want to call it. We had our holiday party here at Big Radio Station Day. And I feel like I was the big winner. I mean, a lot of people got some stuff.
No.
Keon was the big winner
Oh,
of
yeah.
the super mysterious, cool
Mhm.
prize package.
You got the big haul,
Holy
man.
crap, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's just a giant grill, a bunch of
Yes.
charcoal, some wood chips.
All sorts of nifty little
Yeah.
things I'm jealous about, like that grill light. I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. And all sorts of nifty, like you got the grill starter pack. And it's funny, it was quite by chance and luck, because we've talked to you before saying, hey, you got to get a grill going there. We got to teach you how
Yeah.
to do that. Well, now, thanks to Radio Ron and the Christmas party,
Yeah.
you have an amazing starter pack.
Yeah, which I appreciate. Special thanks to Ron for that. And also, going to be turning to the grill master, Randy, for advice now, so I can actually learn how to grill stuff. I'm
Gonna
excited.
start with a pork butt, nice and
Wait.
easy.
You know, I grill too. Yeah.
Okay, so now I have two mentors.
Now
Well,
you've
it's not a
stepped in
bad
it.
thing.
Well, no, you turn to Randy. That's fine.
Well,
You
it's
got-
'cause
you
he
got-
has-
No, it's fine. You got Randy.
He has the
It's
title
the
of grill
problem over
master.
here.
That's the
Listen, I
mean,
get this enough at my house. I'll be sitting there, we're watching the football, and my wife goes to Keanu, who's on that team? I'm like, I'm right. I could answer the same thing, but she keeps asking him.
that's a little bit more insulting because you
and
literally
every-
host a sports show.
Every girlfriend, every significant other I have, anytime there's a car problem, I'll say, well, it's going to be this, this, and this. They're like, let me ask my dad. Like, what? Or let me ask my brother. But I'm right here.
I do appreciate that my girlfriend did actually ask me for fantasy football advice this year.
Now, I guarantee you, she also asked her dad. So I'm just,
Guaranteed you.
absolutely happy. And it's not just me. That's a guy thing. But yeah, just like, well, I know some things. What have I demonstrated a complete lack of knowledge? I mean, fair enough. She's probably heard the show. Anyway, let me fill you in on a thing. Can I fill you in on a thing? We have historically for the picks contest, we got the big prize from Harman Solar, $1,580.
Yes.
We have the
Yeah.
second prize.
Yeah.
This year, it's a very expensive Hemingway electric fat tire bike thing, which God,
Yes.
I wish I could have. And then a $500 third prize. And then we have these weekly prizes of the jerseys.
Mhm.
People love it. But we also, as a joke, have been throwing in 30 packs of whatever beer we've got. And we've had Coors Light in the past, but for some reason this year, Radio Ron, I guess it was on sale. He got a 30 pack of Tecate, and Tecate Mexican beer. And I notified the winner, but for some reason they didn't pick it up. And it has sat under a chair in my office, and I just forgot it was there. I felt bad. And then Radio Ron, because we had the carpets clean, he's like, hey, yeah, no, she still got that beer under there. What are you saving it for? She put it out in the fridge. We should drink it. I'm like, oh, no.
Exactly.
I feel bad. So then I looked at it, and I'm like, uh-oh. The best buy date, BBD, the best buy date, August 2022.
Jeffka.
I'm just saying, I know it's a Best Buy day. It's probably fine. It's been in a very cool and dark location.
The coolest damn office in 7 states right here.
Damn tootin'. And so now I'm just thinking, we're going to give it away. We're going to give this thing away.
Wait, whoa. I thought I heard you say, Ron.
Yeah.
Radio Ron said we should put it in the fridge and drink it.
That sounds like a good point.
That's what I heard.
I don't want to poison anyone here.
Who are you going to poison?
I'm just kidding.
Shouldn't you? If the owner of this radio establishment says something out loud, do you not take his word on that?
He says a lot of things that a lot of us don't listen to.
But we definitely should listen to the opportunity that he's giving. He's saying, drink the beer.
Free.
I was going to give it to a
free.
Listener here.
Beer.
I mean,
it was originally intended for a listener. I'll tell you what, guys.
You know what? The listener didn't pick it up. Let him go eat cake. We're getting free beer.
Now, hold on now. I've already sort of taken the wrapper off this thing. So let's.
You already opened one up?
No, I meant the conversation, the topic. So let's do this. If I try to give this away on air, but nobody picks it up again, then we will all have a
my vote is no. My vote is no.
That will absolutely not happen. So somebody will pick it up a second time.
Or we have a bender and then crank call some of our guests who are on the air.
Wait a minute. Should I consult with Big George, legal counsel of the Daily Blender? Is there a danger? Is there some sort of liability for giving away expired beer?
Or
that might make the case that it should stay in our refrigerator.
Come on, Big George. You know what to say.
Big George, come on.
Don't try to lead the lawyer. What are you doing?
I mean, my bias is
Radio Ron,
free beer.
Once I said, Ron, are you sure you want us all drinking this beer at work? He's like, oh, yeah. So he's probably on my side.
No, I think he said, oh, yeah.
But here's how I won.
As in, of course.
I won the holiday party giveaway thing. You super won. You did. You got Santa Cohen. Somehow his magic knew you needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the things I got from a previous holiday party, I still use today. In fact, we use it this morning because it was a little bit chilly out there in the East Valley. And that is a little space heater. And that thing, we got a hammock one year and that was pretty cool too. But this little space heater is worked year in and year out. It's one of those little square things that it has a little fake fireplace thing. So it lights up and you're like,
yeah,
fireplace. Yeah, nobody's fooled. But still, that thing has come in super handy. And I'm sitting there and the first thing I said before Radio Ron took the tarp off, I'm like, oh, I hope there's a space heater. And everybody looked at me like, are you mental? And I was like, no. And sure enough,
there it was.
A tower, a bladeless
ceramic space heater
with a remote control.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The problem is Bruce Jacobs, he took it first.
Yeah. And so I was pretty happy about that just because it was fun I was going to steal it from him. I didn't have to because this new sales guy stole it from him. And then I stole it from the new sales guy. And after it's stolen twice, nobody can take it from you.
Nobody can take it.
And I was safe. I
think Bruce is still cursing you.
I just like that I got it. I got something I really wanted, and then everybody else got to fight over all the other stuff. So anyway.
Originally I got to pick this game. It was like a hovering game. You shoot it with like Nerf darts. And I got family coming into town next week. Mm-hmm. And I thought my grandkids would love this. But then when I got it back to where I was setting, I realized who's going to have to be going around picking up the pieces of this game the children shoot with their Nerf guns. This guy with 2 thumbs right here. This guy right here.
Luckily, Mark Asher took it from you.
So, yeah. And you notice I had a chance to get it back from him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ash, you take it home. Yeah, your kids need that.
Well, let's be honest. Financially, things have not been great for him. So he needed that probably more than we did. But anyway, so it was a very nice holiday party, and we had food from Miracle Mile, and everything was very tasty.
Spectacular.
It was. We all ate way more than we probably should, but And now here we are. Nobody's liquored up. Nobody got punched. And it seemed to be a pretty fun time.
Although Dale was really close to getting Jacobs, though. I thought for a second Dale was going to just.
Well,
reach
Bruce
out.
goes, "Hey, why don't you go there? Grab that box with the personality in it, Dale." Dale's like, "What?"
It's just like
we all reminded Bruce, so like you are like right in range. I know you're used to saying stuff with an entire counter between you, but you're in danger right now. So Bruce then's like, "I'll go get it for you. I'll go get it for you."
Dale's a gentle giant. And I think you forget sometimes that if you made him mad, that would be the end of you right there. And Bruce is very small. It's
I'm just pawn in the big game of life. So
he's a big pawn in the little game of life.
Anyway, so that was fun. That happened. So now should we? I think we should try to give away this beer if somebody wants the beer.
We are the only radio station in town giving away expired beer. Do you want to be known as
number one for giving away expired beer in the Valley?
Well, those guys on the blender really know how to do it up right. Guess what I won last week? An expired 30-pack of Dos Equis.
Oh, it's going to get drank. It's going to get drank. I was thinking about just wrapping it up and giving it to my brother-in-law. Here, work on these. You've drank enough of my beer. Here.
He wouldn't mind.
He wouldn't care.
As long as you get a buzz.
He's not worried. All right. Well, I didn't realize you guys would want it so bad. Now I'm not sure we should give this away. I'm going to wait till we hear from Big George because I want a legal opinion on this before we do it. So 888-368-1580. Berg says first Keon misses Premier League playoffs. And Randy has one of the worst first-round matchups. Cardinals, I lost to the Patriots. Everything happens in threes, right? Okay, so Berg, you're talking about the Premier League. And by the way, before we talk about any fantasy football stuff, I just want to tell everybody in our 13 Daily Blender fantasy football leagues, I didn't realize that the first place and second place in the league teams got a bye week. I thought everybody would just be playing every week all the time. So next season, we're going to try to change that up because it's no fun to sit out a week. Even though it might protect you from losing, you're missing a week.
Yeah, and there's nothing worse than being in the playoffs, having a bye week, and then that's when all of your guys go off, and then they stink the following week. You really could have used them at least, for a week.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. So next season, we're going to change up the playoff structure for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. In the Premier League, we have 12 teams, so we get 8 teams in instead of the 6 in the other leagues. And so, yeah, there ain't no bye weeks for the Premier League. And let's see. Oh, I see. Kraken, you playing the Berg this week?
Yes, that is correct.
All right,
that is correct. And I pondered last night as I was in the spirits store doing my Christmas shopping for you and Keon and Radio Ron.
Oh, well, I like what happened last night. I get a stray text. Hey, did you ever have that 10-cup whiskey? No, why? Thanks. Okay, I guess I'm getting 10-cup whiskey for Christmas.
I wonder what it could possibly be.
Guess that's been sorted.
Well, and then I saw Longhorn whiskey, and I got that for Keon, so he dug that.
So that's really cool. Yeah.
Hey, show me that bottle when you get a chance. I'd like to see what that even looks like.
I'll bring it during the break.
Looks like a whiskey bottle with a Longhorn on it.
I figured, I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I see it?
Of course.
The Jet says, Jeffrey, Spence is killing me. You said you were going to rip me a new one. I'm ready for it. What are you talking about? Why would I rip you a new one?
Who is it?
The Jet. When did I say I was going to rip you a new one?
Let me go back to.
Do you have notes? I don't remember saying I was going to rip you.
He said it was going to be a high-scoring game with the Cardinals.
He said that. Oh, that's right. Because I was right. I had the under, and I was right.
I had the under,
and I think with the Cardinals winning is what he said. So just wrong on both counts. And so you said you were going to rip him if he was wrong about that.
Well,
and he is, in fact, he reminded you. I don't know why he did.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, teacher, you said we were going to have a test. Then, teacher, you said you're going to take me out back and whoop my butt. No, Jet, you were wrong. I was right, and that's all there is to it. Can I tell you something? I didn't change my pick. I did not change my pick last night. I was thinking about doing it with the Cardinals, and I'll be honest, I'm lucky because I forgot. I was actually going to do it. And I'm sitting there watching that play where Kyler Murray goes down. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, oh, lucky me. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Jellyman.
Good day, Boomer Sooner.
Good
What the
day.
hell's Jellyman? Yeah.
It's Boomer Sooner.
I think you meant gentleman. It's a very Boomer Sooner auto text to speech.
Yeah,
thing
King Kitten
going on.
says the beer is good. It's still good. Okay, take it easy. I'll take 6 months old beer. I don't mind. Beer me, bro. Easy, King Kittens. We're waiting on a legal opinion here. Jagdog says yes. Beer. Okay, golly, calm down.
It's good to know that the listening audience is exactly like we are.
We have a high class listening audience.
Average Joe says, I'll take the beer. Okay, easy, guys. Historian says, well, on a positive note, at least the Cardinals are consistent. That they are, sir.
Lee Bad.
That they are. Pinocchio says, Patriots back in the playoffs. Sorry if you change your pick, Jeffrey, and sorry about your quarterback, but we didn't touch him. That was a very odd thing. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. Fifth letter says, Randy, pour me up a double shot of Whistle Pig for Jagdog and I. Cheers to a first round bye for the bottom. For the both of us, League 7. Baker's Cocky Inn says, Jet also said Murray would run for 2 touchdowns. I saw one run from Murray, and he touched down all right. Jagdog says, Blinda fellas, it's my 45th birthday. Randy, round of shots, please. That's right. Just for us here in the studio, please, not everybody. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Jeffrey, as official legal counsel for the Daily Blender, I would have to advise you against giving away 4-month expired beer. If anything were to happen and the prize recipient got sick from the beer that you gave, knowing it was expired, you could be liable.
You know what that means, Keon?
Exactly.
We're having a beer party.
And then legal counsel continues, just give it to some homeless guy as a gift instead. Well, I don't think that.
What better homeless guys than you and me, right?
What did the homeless guy do to deserve expired beer? Like maybe
That's
maybe
what I'll
he
say to
doesn't
the
wanna
next
get
homeless
sick.
guy. The next homeless guy asked me funny. I was like, what did you do to deserve this? Says Keon Rose, and here's his address. Go see him. Navy Brad says, time for Kingsbury to pack up his office. I'll tell you what happened last night might have actually saved his job. So we'll talk about that and a whole lot of other things when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Phoenix Suns in action tonight, taking on the Houston Rockets. Phoenix a 6.5-point road favorite, -106 against the spread, while the Rockets -114. On the money line, Phoenix -245, the Rockets +200. The over-under at the Toyota Center, 224.5. Also tonight, Milwaukee hosting Golden State. The Bucks a 4-point home favorite, -180. The Warriors +150, over-under 233.5. Later tonight, Utah hosting New Orleans. Pelicans a 2-point road favorite, -122. The Jazz +104, over under 232.5. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 2022 World Soccer Championship in Qatar, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Argentina get 2 goals from Julian Alvarez, a goal and an assist from Lionel Messi to make the legend the Golden Boot frontrunner as top scorer in the tournament, as Argentina shrug off a methodical first 30 minutes to knock Croatia out in the semifinal. Lionel Messi scores a penalty, his 11th World Cup goal, adds an assist, but it's Manchester City's Julian Alvarez who stole the show. Magnificent goal in the 39th minute. Argentina 3, Croatia 0. In defeat, Croatia failed to reach back-to-back finals. They led just 46 minutes in 6 games. Argentina now 5 for 5 all-time, advancing in semis. They'll play for their 3rd World Cup title on Sunday against France or Morocco. I'm Mike Watts, Westwood One Sports.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, There are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Of course, I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Did you hear Jacobs and Helly?
Tiger goes out there and he basically says that Greg Norman needs to go, and then gave an update on his health. Here comes the idiot, Ashley Perez. Quote, literally why driving under the influence is illegal. Thank God he didn't kill anyone. See, I will challenge Pat Perez and his mouthy, imbecile wife. If my guy loses, I'll retire. He loses, he retires.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Thursday night football. It's the 49ers taking on Harmon Solar Ralph's Rainy City Bitch Pigeons up there in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, we laughed about that at party today.
Oh, yeah. And that and a lot of other things, really. Then I get that Saturday football, the Colts and the Vikings. Everybody wants to make it, hey, Jeffrey, you want to bet? No, I don't. We're tanking, man. Yeah. Even Jack, the sales guy, big Vikings fan. By the way, if you met Jack, you don't have to ask him. You can tell by looking at him he's a Vikings fan.
Yeah, he does.
He is very much Minnesota Caucasian, if you know what I mean. And so he was like, no, just get out of my office. I'm not making any bets with anybody about the Vikings. If the Vikings lose that game, oh, Lord. So anyway, that's happening. Heavy Metal Maniac says, say, is Randy going to keep having faith in the Cardinals and keep picking them like he says or is he going to change that now that Kyler Murray is done for a year?
I will pick the Cardinals until the bitter end. I will continue to pick them over and over and over. Yes, I know I'm a glutton for punishment, but ask my friend Jeffrey O'Brien. He will tell you. It's been several years since I picked against the Cardinals. Several years.
I don't remember a time you did, to be honest. You may, but I do not remember that. Pinocchio says, hey, Keon, doesn't Keon have to turn those horns upside down to chug that whiskey when he drinks it? Talk about angry drunk time. Oh, that's a good point. If you're drinking from the bottle and you do this, now you've just done, is it like this? Is that how you do it?
Why are we doing this?
I'm asking you if this is the right way. Because
yes, that is the correct way to do it. So
this is hang loose. Let's go surfing.
No, yeah, that's not.
This is one that aggravates.
That is that would be the one.
Horns down.
You ask this literally every time it comes up.
Here it is on the bottle, and it's horns down.
So I just in my face.
Every time you pour it, you're going to get horns down.
I mean, that's fine.
Probably just give me that whiskey so it doesn't hurt you.
The bottle is not a person. It's not trying to offend me.
That means you are going horns down.
The bottle is giving me whiskey. So really, why am I complaining?
Because you are doing horns down just to get the drink on.
You got to do it with your hands. That's
like this. That's the right way, right? Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And this is hang loose.
That is, yeah.
Keon's wondering, why do you hang loose the right way? Horns that way. I don't know. Hey.
Oh, no, I know why. I mean, you're messing with me.
Did you get that message from earlier? Trey Turner called. I just wanted you to know that.
See, now that is just a completely different offensive thing that's unrelated to this thing.
I figured we just pile it on while we could.
Just okay. Uh-huh.
Good Cat says, just tuning in. I'm greeted with an ad from Shut up, Good Cat. You're cracking me up. All right, so let's talk about something else first we got to take care of. Here are the standings and the prizes and all the stuff All right, I think I don't like you in there now. There's nobody to stop you.
You
now.
said here are the standings and the prize.
Yeah,
That's
but I
what you
hadn't
said.
even gotten to that point
You
yet.
said here are. By saying
No,
here are.
I want that
you
button.
sent my
stop
brain
it.
into fire mode.
Yeah, well, you premature buttonulation is what that was. For week 14. Well, let me tell you who the highest score was in all of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League.
Should I go ahead and push the button now?
Yeah, I'm going to say the winner of that prize is Fantasy Girl Rosalie Michaels. She snuck back into the playoffs with 193.45 points. Nobody else was even close in any of the other Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. So
I really needed her to have a bad week so that I could be the one in the playoffs. But alas, here we are.
Of course, I didn't realize this, but me winning actually helped Rosalie into the playoffs because that push baby got Dak out. And like I said, I didn't even know I was playing for two.
That's
I had
very
no
mean,
idea
Jeffrey.
that was happening. I was just trying to
very
survive
mean.
myself.
Very mean.
Yeah, well, whatever. So now, on to the picks contest. Now the winner of the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Picks Contest for Week 14, Greenwood Mark. He got 11 right.
Who? Greenwood what?
A guy named Mark who works at like Greenwood Mortuary or something.
Okay.
Works with a bunch of stiffs. So imagine he always wins his fantasy football league. But he got 11 right. And remember, this is a short, a bunch of buys. So there wasn't a lot of games. So to get 11, that's about as good as you can get. For us, I got 8 right. Keon, you got 7. Randy and Ralph got 6. So now that means in the running, I got 130 right. Randy has 118 right. Ralph has 114 right. And Keon, you're in the very back of the pack, 111. You need to do better.
Yeah.
Or Ralph is just going to you know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I understand.
He can't say nothing to me.
Got some ground to make up, but we'll get there.
And then I looked at the standings. I have found myself into 10th place, or at least a tie for like 6th or 7th place with a bunch of other people who have 130 right. Right now, the leader still is Dirty Rat with 137 picks right, followed by Max Gruber with 136 picks right. And after that, Nose Picker with 134. Then after that, it's just, people who are kind of in range, but anything can happen. Anything can still happen in the next bunch of weeks. And remember, this contest goes all the way to the Super Bowl. So you could be in first now and blow it and be out of it. So don't stop picking just because some guy's got 137 and you got like 131 or 130. Still possible. Don't give up. 888-368-1580. So now we have to talk about it, Randy. Now we have to talk about it. So when I saw it, I thought, okay, that was weird. Why did he fall down like that? Little Kyler Murray is running the ball, and all of a sudden it's like he got boom, boom. It was like the Matrix glitched or something.
Yeah.
And what it looked like to me was he couldn't decide if he was going to slide or if he was going to dive. And he just sort of hitched up and then went down. I was talking to Dale, Dale from the morning show. And I asked him, I says, what do you think about that? He says, no, he says what it was, he looks like he was trying to do one of those little juke moves that he does. And it just took him down before he could finish the move. It just went bump. I was like, you know what, Dale, that's right. That makes way more sense than mine. And of course, what am I going to say? He was between me and the doorway. And, I didn't want to make him mad. But on further review, I'm sure Dale is right. But that was weird. A non-contact injury. And now you're paying Kyler Murray an awful lot of money to play Call of Duty, Randy.
Well, I mean, first of all, I am not paying him one penny.
Your team.
All of those hardworking individuals that have the season tickets, you're paying Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Papa Mike is paying for it. Yeah.
Big Steve,
sure.
He's paying for it. But I am not. And second of all, yeah, you're right. As soon as he took that hard step to try to make that juke move, I could feel it. I saw him react, and intimately in my heart and my soul, I heard the snap.
Intimately.
Okay. I heard the pop.
That was weird. Well, intimately.
I heard of course I was having gas at that moment, but
Right.
there was a movement happening intimately.
Were you on the toilet?
No.
Yeah,
I told you I don't have the TV in the toilet anymore.
it is the end of his season and the end of probably next the regular season.
Oh, at least
for him.
the majority of the season.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be probably after week 8 next year if he comes back in that timeline at all, because not all ACL injuries are the same. Some guys tear their ACL, they're back in a year. Some guys, I mean, the Washington's dealing with that with Chase Young. He's been activated to play, but he hasn't actually played because his particular ACL injury also involves the part of the ligament that's attached to the kneecap. And so he just needs to be able to trust it and be able to bend on it. And they just haven't gotten to that point with him. So I don't know if we're going to get to that point with Kyler. It could be a pretty quick turnaround, or it could be something where, just the rehab, he could miss up to half of next season, maybe more.
So Kyler Murray is going to have a lot of work to do. And Cliff Klingleberry says, he's going to be very motivated in the offseason. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that he's going to have one amazing, set of points and experience on Call of Duty. He's going to work really hard, and he's probably going to do very well on Twitch.
What do you do? I mean, the guy's injured. What do you do?
I think you should do is you get this guy to a pediatric surgeon stat and see if there's something they can do for him.
Oh,
I know that Kyler's going to work hard. I don't think that Kyler's work ethic necessarily was the problem so much as his commitment to watching specifically film. But in terms of the rehab and what it's going to take to get his body back to where it used to be, I don't have any doubts that he's going to
because of his size. Does that shorten the time that needs to heal? I'm not even kidding right now.
See what you just did there.
No, I'm serious.
That's mean.
Hey, it's not just me on this story. They're not done yet. It says report little doubt Kyler Murray. And it's in quotation.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not just me.
No, it's a ligament. I mean, that's not how that recovers has got nothing to do with your size.
All right. Well, I mean, it was a fair question,
I think that this, as brutal an injury as it is for the Cardinals, I think with all of the anger, the angst, the frustration, all of the vitriol that's been passed around here during this season, getting Colt McCoy in there and maybe sneaking out, several wins before the season's over.
Not sure you will
be the best thing that could happen to this team.
I'm not sure you will.
But I will tell you, I agree with you when you teased us talking about this, saying that Cliff Dingleberry is going to continue with his job here, and so is Steve Keim. I was talking to some of the guys around the table today, and they all feel the same way. This has probably saved Kingsbury and Keim's tenure at this team.
And it's the worst possible thing that could happen to the Arizona Cardinals.
So it's a double whammy.
Yeah. And Colt McCoy, though, I think he's sitting there. The looks in his eyes last night were, man, everybody loved me before, but now it's not going to work. I wish, oh God, I wish we just finished the season where I could retire.
I don't know. I think it will. I think it'll be all right. Like you both have said before, Colt McCoy is a more mature quarterback. The guys seem to like what he's doing. He delivers the ball, distributes it to a bunch of people. Hell, he put one in Robbie Anderson's hands last night. It's the first time I've seen Robbie Anderson since he took off the damn Panthers uniform and put on a Cardinals uniform.
He has looked good. He had a couple of good ones.
So I think that this could be a plus for this team. Although I'm not saying that the Cardinals are going to go to the playoffs. I'm not even mentioning that. What I'm saying is this could be a plus for this team moving forward. If DeAndre Hopkins just put the damn football and secure it, that would be even better, please. That's the next order of business that we need to talk about here.
If Colt McCoy can't beat the Patriots, and I know their defense is pretty good, but there were opportunities, there were chances, and I like Colt McCoy. I ain't saying he's bad. He's a good backup. But if you can't beat the Patriots, by the way, who you had them on the run. You did have a lead on the Patriots early on.
Yes.
If you can't beat the Patriots, looking at the rest of your schedule, I wouldn't see a whole lot of more W there. I'm nothing against Colt McCoy. Just it's not. Listen, I probably would have said the same thing with Kyler Murray, so I guess that don't matter. But
McCoy is we know what he is. He's a high floor but low ceiling guy. What he can give you in his football IQ, in his leadership ability. Unfortunately, you lose in the arm talent that's not necessarily there. And at this age, mobility.
There were interceptions.
Well, there were interceptions.
One of them I won't put on him because it got tipped and whatever. But yeah, he did get a little desperate there, and the ball control was not all there.
But we've got a week to set up for Colt McCoy, and we're going into a game against the Broncos, and after that, the Buccaneers come to Phoenix. Those are 2 games, and against the Falcons, those are 3 games we can win right there, and should win.
We'll talk about each one of those, I guess, as they come down.
Okay, well, I mean, we're going against the Broncos next. All we got to do is score 18 points and win.
The defense, though, is probably going to make it easy for Russell Wilson to piece together a couple of drives.
Russell Wilson's not going to be in there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's
concussion.
Brett Rippon. And Brett Rippon likes to throw ducks.
Yeah,
that is a thing. I mean, the search on Twitter, Brett Rippon, and throwing the ball to nowhere in particular, you get a sea of tweets. That's kind of his thing.
Right. Russell Wilson got not goofy.
Yeah.
All right. So what? We should break these games down later. But yeah, okay. I'll give you the Broncos game. That's probably a good one for you. I want to talk about a quarterback that I just have decided not to like, and it's not Kyler Murray.
Right.
It's not Colt McCoy. I'll tell you about it when we come back. We got a lot of text sitting here on the text line waiting to be read. We'll do that too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
We tried Dynovite nutritional supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
As a kids, we all loved hopping on our bikes and hitting the road.
I'll be back for dinner. See ya.
Well, bikes just got reinvented for us big kids. If you haven't tried an electric bike, you have no idea what you're missing. Hit the road, the trails, or the beach by pedaling or not pedaling.
It's like being a kid all over again.
Start with the best. Hemingway e-bikes are the best fat tire electric bikes sold. Since 2017, Hemingway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Hemingway is the long-range e-bike experts, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Hemingway sells direct to the consumer, ships right to your home, and has over 2,000 5-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers call Hemingway the best e-bike there is. Go to HemingwayEbike.com. That's HIMIWAY ebike.com. Now save up to $250 with promo code FANATIC. Go to HemingwayEbike.com.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Talking about little Kyler Murray and Monday Night Football there. I wonder if the F-bomb that Mac Jones dropped on the ESPN actually went flooding out on Arizona Family Channel 5 last night. Going to use a different word, but they're like, well, Monday Night Football here, and they see Mac Jones like, duck! And it's like, whoa. And then they cut it off. I'm like, well, what are you doing miking up players like that anyway? You hear it in the end zone. I thought I heard it in the end zone too later. So, duck! I'm like, they're just waiting for the chance. I think there's a contest between players, but Mac Jones, I don't think I like him. I don't think I like him very much, and because I think he's kind of a little spoiled brat. You saw him yelling at old Matt Patricia. To be fair, Matt Patricia ain't very good at what he's doing, but he's a grown up. And Mac Jones, just showed up, and he's screaming at this guy about the plays, about the call, about this. Even last night, he's like doing a little thing with his hand, like brushing him off, like "Shut up, Matt Patricia," and just really just disrespectful. About that, of course, now after the words, he says, "Oh, there's no frustration. Matt Patricia called a great game." Somebody should tell your face because you're acting like an ass.
He went over and gave Matt Patricia a hug afterwards. I don't know what the relationship is even remotely. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Mac Jones, you ain't nobody.
Yeah. But we kind of saw it coming a little bit at Alabama that last season he had there. Mac Jones kind of got the big head.
No, he needs to be taken down a few pegs because he's an asshat. I just watching him before you're like, well, okay, this kid might be all right. And then the way he started acting, it's like you knew he wasn't yelling at Belichick because Belichick could just look at you and all of a sudden you turn to dust and there'd just be a little puddle on the field. So, but yeah, somebody's got to talk to him. I don't know why Belichick doesn't take him aside and be like, you got to knock that crap off, and that'd be it. So what the hell? So you're saying he was like this in college too?
No, he wasn't like that in college, but like the beginnings of it was there where he was getting, as they say in Texas, a little too big for his britches.
We say that here too.
Okay. I don't know because there's some things that people say in Texas and then I say it somewhere else and they're like, what is that? So I don't know. But
in Texas, you hear stuff like, "You're damn right, my sister has to carry my baby to term." That's they say in Texas.
That is another thing.
That's one you don't hear here.
Talking about figures in speech, that not just general statements.
All right, just want to make sure we're clear.
Texas of East Texas life, but I just I just think that like he was starting to get too. He was starting to feel himself a little too much and what he was about. And it was just like, no, you won in college. You're about to go pro. You can't carry this over there. And year one, he didn't really do it. And now it's starting to show a little bit. And maybe that is coming from a place of frustration, but it wasn't something that he was doing a ton of before, but there were like seeds that this was where this was going.
Hear me out, guys. And I know you're going to try to cut me off and poo-poo what I'm saying, but just hear me out for a minute. These guys grew up watching who? Tom Brady. And what is Tom Brady famous for doing on the sidelines? Screaming.
Okay.
Yelling. Wait, just hear me out. Yelling at the linemen, yelling at the coaching staff.
No.
Yeah, yelling. Oh, yeah, he's yelled at his offensive coordinator I don't know how many times. Yelling at McDaniels and him, he would be yelling back and forth. Not yelling back and forth, but he would yell at McDaniels all the damn time. And these guys grew up now, different scenario. These guys are now at the top level of college football. Kyler Murray is the top level of college football. Mac Jones, top level of college football. And what are they doing? They're yelling at their offensive coordinator and yelling in some cases at their head coach.
All right.
Why do we blame them?
Two things. One, Tom Brady. Okay. These guys don't have the talent level to justify the attitude.
They don't know
Two, are you telling me Tom Brady is the dad with the mustache who came in the room and at the box and says, where'd you learn to do these drugs? And both Kyler Murray and Mac Jones sit there and look up and say, it was you. We learned it from watching you, Dad.
100%.
And it's and I do kind of agree with Randy.
You must be not this tall to ride the ride.
It's not just those two guys. It's a lot of young quarterbacks in this league.
Yeah.
Depending on their personality. I don't think Tua's ever yelled at anybody, but
I don't think Tua will.
Yeah, but but Joe Burrow's unleashed some stuff on the sideline there too. It's not that they think that they're Tom Brady. It's that they think if they act like Tom Brady, they're going to get Tom Brady results. It's not just the idea that Tom's doing it so I can do it. It's like Tom does it and he's great. It's the same thing that happened in the NBA. There's like a million guys that tried to be Michael Jordan. You're not Jordan, but you
have an accurate picture of your own talent level.
But these guys have been told how great they are. And these guys have been catered to. They've had their tests done for them. That now they're getting paid millions of dollars every season to play on a football team. Hell, 8 guys from the Alabama football team just entered the transfer portal to get out of Alabama to go where? I'm sure to go greener pastures and make more money at some other university.
A monster of their own making is still a monster, and I don't like Mac Jones. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I don't disagree with you.
He went from like just a fresh-faced kid. Now I see him. I turn to my wife and I'm like, "There's inbreeding there." I'm pretty sure there's inbreeding there. Oh boy, something's wrong with that face. I can't quite. Yeah, he's true. Hamilton Porter. We're gonna get to that in a second. King Kitten says, "I made cookies." Ooh. Oh, what? Wow.
What kind of cookies?
That's just one giant cookie. That's called a brownie pan that he sent. Flings Pooh Well says, ooh, ee, ooh, said Kyler. Kingsbury's got to go. I don't think it works that way.
That's messed up, man.
It's Patrick says, hello, guys. I steadfast with Patriots to win last night for the last 2 weeks. I didn't flip-flop. I stayed the course. Congratulations to me. All right, Patrick. I didn't realize anybody could give you a hard time about it, but all right.
That's off to you then.
Big George says, what a disaster this monster contract has been for the Arizona Cardinals and with Kyler Murray. Everyone should be fired. Bidwell should sell the team.
Wow.
Okay, I've seen you say this on Twitter, and I'm going to give you the same response that some other people gave. Everything, yes, but the Michael Bidwell thing. I have nothing against him. We just want him to hand things over to somebody who knows what they're doing, and then step back and enjoy the results. Maybe stay out of the conversations a little bit and let people do their jobs. I'm not saying he's a Sarver level micromanager, but Bidwell, he's trusting people that should know what to do, but they don't know what they're doing, but they fooled him. They know what they're doing, and they're involving him in the process. And it's like, no. Hire some grownups and watch the success that follows.
Yes.
And as the Kyler Murray contract thing, like it's not working out right now, but it wasn't obvious to everyone before they signed. It was obvious.
Yes, I said it very loudly and often. It was a bad idea.
But just when it comes to having a franchise quarterback, you're always going to be in a dilemma when it comes to what you have to pay that guy when he shows, he has the talent to play. Is that enough? Can we do more? Does this hamper us? Because if you have to start over, that could be 5 or 6 years before you end up back in a place where you got a viable quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thunder Snow says, I'm paying for it. I'm paying for this contract with my season tickets. I think the only way out for the Cardinals is to fire Kyman Dingleberry and then pay Sean Payton whatever he wants to coach the Cardinals. He'll bring out the best in Kyler. I just don't know there's much more to pull out of him. Sorry. I'm sorry.
The year before, the dude went 11-6. The numbers were monster. He was the reason why. So there is something else to pull out. I do believe that.
But that was the year before. I mean, we can't, D-Hop and Kyler Murray both carry the football like it's a bag of bread. Instead of, there's not basic football fundamentals going on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't you think a coach like Sean Payton would come in and demand more of those guys? That's what I'm saying.
I apologize. I thought you were talking about there's more to pull out of Clint Kingsbury.
Not Kingsbury. I think if you have a coach and a quarterback who are struggling, it's easier to replace the coach than the quarterback.
Yeah.
Definitely go that route first and see if you got something.
Kyler Murray has shown everybody what they need to defend him with, and that is not going to change. Kyler Murray's game has changed for the worse, actually. I don't think Kyler Murray is going to have another year like he had that time. There were several factors. People weren't sure how to defend him yet, and he had an easier schedule that year. That was an ease of schedule that we talk about. There's a lot of factors that contributed to that year, and when it counted, they failed. So it's the same people. It's the same organization. It's the same situation. And when he comes back, you remember how when he got kind of hurt and he came back scared and it took him forever to come back out of his shell again? How do you think he's going to be next time? He ain't going to want to run at all.
Maybe not, but I don't. But you paid the quarterback, coach him, and as much as you say like it's all set in stone, I don't think so, because I look at the New York Football Giants and Daniel Jones, a guy I thought was a bona fide bum. He's not. Like, he just this year, what he's done, he's protected the football. He hasn't made the same boneheaded mistakes.
He finally got a great coach.
But he's behind the same bad offensive line. He's still throwing to the same crappy receivers with that same very inconsistent defense.
Lately starting to revert too.
But part of that is Saquon slowing down. Like he does need some help. But the fact that the coach came in and squeezed 7 wins out of that team, coaching matters.
See a new coach making that big a difference for Kyler Murray. I guess we're going to see, because you're stuck with him here in the Valley.
I'm saying that, yeah, you're stuck. But also, like, the talent is clearly there. We've seen it.
Let me get caught up on this text line. There's a lot of people on here. Good Cat says, maybe instead of playing video games, he should watch film. I maybe understand defenses. It's a novel idea. Navy Brad says, with Murray out, will the Cardinals possibly draft a quarterback? No, I do not believe that they will. Not in an early round, at least.
No, because again,
O-line. Look for O-line help.
You paid him, protect him, and give him weapons. It's the same thing we saw happen with Tua, except they didn't pay Tua, but it's like we've committed ourselves to Tua Tagovailoa, and we know what all the limitations are. But if we give him Tyreek Hill and add Jalen Waddle, there might be something there.
Mr. Pringle says, it looked like the coaching staff maybe spent the bye week teaching players how to run the ball, holding it with one hand. Is that their new philosophy?
See, that's the other thing. You come off a bye week and this is what you look like.
It's horrible. And D-Hop is better than that. I don't know what the hell happened there. And he at least, he manned up immediately. Is like, it's me. It's my fault. And he felt that one. That one felt bad. Pro Dog says, go Cardinals, beat Denver. Seahawks need that top 3 pick, Okay, Pro Dog. Berg says 4 quarters, 60 minutes, Jeffrey. Cardinals don't win at home. Simple as that.
1-7 at home. You're right, Berg.
Pinocchio says, now I know the Cardinal fans did not want to see Kyler get hurt, but they seemed to cheer pretty loud when Colt McCoy ran out of the field. Kind of like they wanted to see him more than Kyler Murray. There is probably a large amount of people who feel better when he's on the field. That's the truth. Tiger Paw says, hey, on my pool last night, I won it. I won my other pool. Too bad I didn't match my picks for the Blender League with my other ones. I had 12 right over there. Good for you. Tron Slater says, I know people get irritated with happy, optimistic people, but can't help myself. Cards punting game is hitting on all cylinders last night.
Nice.
If only you could win a game that way. Donnie says, please tell all your listeners I was the only one in the Valley this past summer that said the Kyler contract was bad. No, Donnie, I said it. I'm pretty sure Randy said it. I can't remember what Keon said.
Well, Keon was for it.
He was totally for it. He's also,
you got to lock up a franchise.
That's just my philosophy on franchise QBs. You got a guy that can do it, pay him.
2 out of 3 of us were absolutely right. So don't say that, Donnie. You're not the only person who said that. And a lot of Cardinal fans said the same thing. So, hey, listen, I get you're a troll and you like to hold the Phoenix sports feet to the fire, but you also got to be fair with that and take the blinders off there a little bit, Donnie, and know that I've been saying the same damn thing before we drafted him. I said that was a bad idea.
And if I recall, the text line was pretty split 50-50. There were some texters who were like, this is, you got to do it. And some of them were like, no, this is obviously a bad idea. So no, Donnie, you weren't the only person in the Valley, but you were right.
He says, also, you can't thank my quarterback for giving K1 a guaranteed contract. You can thank Kirk Cousins.
You can thank Kirk Cousins.
Oh, because
Kirk Cousins
set the market.
Yeah. Robbed the Vikings blind and I'm messing with you, Donnie. Yeah, no, he got a guaranteed contract. So
Flings Pooh Well says, if the wham bam wish we could ma'am Rams don't work out with Mayfield, well, maybe it could be a fit with the Cardinals.
No. Thank you. No.
Boomer Sooner says, by the way, Deshaun the molester looks horrible. That guy's done. Big George says, Donnie, Viking troll. I said the Kyler contract was bad too, along with the extensions for Kyman Kingsbury.
That I didn't like.
Donnie has like selective viewing on that.
It's just
he's a class act. He's a class act of a troll. Absolutely right. But get your facts straight, Donnie. Get them straight. Thunder Snow says, hey, Donnie, Lions beat the Vikings this weekend. Did you hear that? Yeah, it's still gonna hurt. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Make this a holiday to treasure with 50% off everything at your nearest Banana Republic factory store. Discover inspired gifts, big and small, for everyone on your list. Starting at $24.99, only at Banana Republic Factory.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created, but most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 8448-87-2337, and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Keon is alongside too. This still doesn't work for me. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we've been talking about old Kyler Murray and the Cardinals and all that stuff. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to talk about as the days go by. But actually today was just, kind of a sad day. Old Mississippi State coach Mike Leach, he did, as you all know, pass away. And I got to tell you, he was funny as hell. He was the kind of coach you put a microphone in front of his face and he was going to play.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to appreciate that. I guess he must have had what they call the widowmaker heart attack, because that's the only thing that will take you out like this. My brother had the widowmaker heart attack back in 2008, and he was this close to dying, but he was lucky enough to get a heart transplant. And, he was very, very lucky on that. But yeah, Mike Leach, I guess he'd already been having some problems from pneumonia and other things. And I don't know if you know this, but they say that he had participated in organ donation at the University of Mississippi Medical Center. So
he was his last charity was giving life to others.
I don't know that you could use much of what was on Mike Leach.
Sure, you could. You would be amazed what you can get.
Didn't seem to be the picture of health in general. You know what I mean? But well, whatever. Even if it's for science, that was awfully big of him right there. And they call that his final act of charity. So yeah, and then their team, Mississippi State, they are going to go ahead and play that bowl game, the ReliaQuest Bowl, on January 2nd. And they all say, yeah, because that's what Coach Leach would want. Of course, somebody asked him what he wanted after he was dead in an interview, and he's like, "What do I care? I'm going to be dead."
which sounds like the Mike Leach answer. Really.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's like, "Yeah, play the game."
He's just very practical.
I'm dead. Play the game. Do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So if you never got a chance to hear or see one of Mike Leach's press conferences after a game, or just any time a microphone was nearby, you're going to appreciate this.
Well, first of all, what kind of mythical powers does a Sun Devil have? We've got to consider that.
If the media showed up your house to trick or treat, what would you give your favorite members of the media? What would you give your least favorite members of the media as trick or treat candy?
Oh, shoot. That's a good question. Well, the good ones, you try to, well, certainly something better than an apple or whatever. I'm going to say the Wildcat's out. The Trojan, does he have a horse or is he on foot? Does he have a bow and arrow or just his sword?
You've been speaking to the officials all night. What's your reaction to some of those calls in the first half?
What's your reaction? You're watching the same game I am. I think you ought to comment on it positive or negatively, whatever's running through your mind.
When I used to trick or treat, like hold the bowl out here, take what you want. And of course, then you grab handfuls as fast as you can until they shoo you off the porch. So what color invitations? All right, the blue ones. Well, I kind of like the tan ones. Okay, the tan ones then. Oh, you're just saying that because you want this over with. You're not even thinking about it, which is of course true. The Ute again. We're back to. Is he on horseback? Does he have a bow and arrow? Did he trade for a rifle? I mean, because if that Ute's got a rifle, there's some definite problems. Gummy bears for sure. And then the other thing I like is when they used to have the sprees in a box. Outstanding. You have to go to the dollar store to find it. A while back, I found that Europe had better candy than we did overall because they have gummy everything. They have those Nerds clusters, which is new.
The gummy.
Yeah, which is good. The Nerds clusters is good. And then if you go chocolate, probably Almond Joy. You'd have to get one of those Harry Potter activists to read up on how you kill a Sun Devil because there's a lot of outside stuff there. Just as far as a beast alone, a buffalo's going to be pretty hard to tangle with. I mean, a buffalo's utterly outstanding. I mean, Butch will find a way. There's no question. The Cougar will find a way. Clear-minded and crafty, a combination of stay out of harm's way and attack when you get your chances or your openings.
Yeah, back when what was the year that was that I was doing my NCAA basketball picks based on that same theory. I had never heard that clip before.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
And Mike Leach was like my spirit animal because I used the same thinking and totally lost that year completely in the NCAA bracket. But doing the mascot versus mascot fight, well, no, that guy's got a gun. That thing is a salamander, whatever. And whatever, whatever the matchup was, I went with whoever would win in the mascot thing. And it didn't work out too well for me on that either. But then somebody says, yeah, you're doing the Mike Leach thing. I'm like, what? No, I never heard that. And you had to fall in love with that weird humor.
He was asked again about the SEC this time. What if the mascots got into a fight? He did another one. When I was doing the research for that clip, I wanted to put the SEC thing on there. It wasn't good enough quality, but it was pretty funny. Along the same lines.
Yeah, there were some times he would ramble on and really not make any sense at all. And everybody's like, "Thanks, Mike." I think maybe he did that like Belichick would to just sort of shorten the questions or just get away with it.
I heard about SEC media days that the last year I was working at the old station. Unfortunately, we did not have enough money for us to go, so I didn't get to meet the man, unfortunately. But I heard that when he had his 20-minute presser with the media, he just rambled so that they couldn't ask any questions.
Oh, he just kept going to fill the
Yeah,
time.
and nobody complained because it was so entertaining. You know, I mean, he was just a guy that understood how to work a crowd, which is a rare ability. A lot of coaches don't have that. They get really annoyed with the media. Media members sometimes ask really dumb questions, and instead of getting really mad at people, Mike Leach would turn it into a joke, and everyone would be in on it.
He was a goof, but he was authentic. I think it was authentic goof. Like you could sit down at lunch and you'd have the same conversation.
Absolutely. You heard that. You heard that where he took a dumb question. What were you saying to the officials? Did you have a problem with the calls? He was like, "Well, you're watching the same game I am." You know, that was Mike Leach. He was. I don't think he had a bad thing to say about anybody, but he did sometimes get irritated. He called that one reporter a troll. So
probably not wrong.
But he was a highly intelligent guy, and he had the one skill that a lot of smart people lack, which is making everybody else feel smart too while they're talking to him.
Yeah, and by the way, he wasn't like that all the time. When as a coach and working inside, he was of course capable. He won bowl games. You know, he went to plenty of them, and you know, did a pretty good job as a head coach. Everybody loved him, but he wasn't just a babbling idiot. You know, out there in the practice field or anything, calling plays or doing whatever. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but like I think sometimes talking to the media, like he liked to ramble and stuff. Because man, you didn't understand what that guy was thinking. The way the modern college football game is played could not have happened without Mike Leach. He's so offensively brilliant and ahead of everybody. If you were to sit there and try and break down X's and O's to you, you wouldn't have a damn clue what he was talking about. So he did the more interesting thing.
Well, so Big George says, so sad to hear Mike Leach is no longer with us. A legend for sure. That was a hilarious head coach in his interviews. And by the way, he believed in UFOs. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Leach.
Yeah.
He didn't really. He was just playing. Come on.
Probably.
He says something about Bigfoot once. You know.
That whole bit with the Bigfoot is hilarious.
Very much before Herschel Walker's time.
And he hates the candy corn. That's why I put the candy piece in there.
Yeah.
Because the candy corn.
Right.
Yeah, the candy corn video was hilarious.
Fruitcake. You're right. So yeah, he's going to be very, very missed and cut down. Maybe not in the prime of his health, but his career. I mean, he had a lot more good years ahead of him. So that is a sad one. So all right, let's move on to the next thing, which is Arizona State University basketball. When are we going to find them ranked? Why are they? I mean, they've won 8 in a row. They beat off Creighton. Okay, that phrasing.
Yeah.
I mean, my brain was saying held off.
Ooh.
Creighton for a 73-71 win. Okay. Why aren't they ranked?
That's a great question. I
when do the rankings come out for the basketball?
I believe they come out Sunday or Monday morning.
So they should have gotten ranked already, or they will. How's this work?
Well, having beaten Creighton, potentially they'll be ranked.
When next Sunday?
But I don't know because like they've been getting votes. I check the AP top 25 every week, and they've been getting votes, but not enough to get them into the top 25. And I really just think it's a lot of it comes down to because it's journalists voting on this. It's just a little bit of bias there, where ASU last year underachieved, I think, beyond what people thought, and so now they're hesitant to actually put them in the top 25. But at 10-1. This is one of the best starts that this team's ever had.
I'm aggravated like Randy with the sports writers. You know what I mean? Because you're not supposed to work bias. You're not supposed to work anything other than what you have in front of you. And the facts you have in front of you are Arizona State University basketball is in fuego. And, they should be ranked right here, right now. We got to change the way things get ranked and done and take it out of the hands of the sports writers, because they're using too much opinion and not enough fact. I mean, everybody's going to use a bit of opinion in what they do, but it doesn't seem like they're trying to factually do this. And I'm not just saying this because of ASU. We have seen this in other things, MVP voting, other things that involve the sports writers that drives Randy crazy. So this is a travesty if we are not ranked. I mean, listen, I said this about ASU football when they were doing it. I was like, you know what? I'd like to just see us ranked for a minute. It might fall off again, but I'd like to see it happen. Sometimes it's just nice to see ASU ranked. I mean, we have always had our basketball in the shadow of U of A basketball, and our football always overshadowed their football. So it ain't a big deal. I'm just saying, the sports writers want to just, be biased against ASU for whatever reason. That ain't good.
No, it's not. But I think that part of it is I still don't think that ASU's necessarily played the toughest schedule. That's kind of working against them. Like Creighton's a quality basketball team, but Creighton's coming off of 4 losses in a row, 2 to really good teams, but 4 losses in a row looks bad. And so when it comes time to vote, then they're going to go through and go, 10-1, and look at that Creighton win. And maybe that doesn't stack up as a big quality win the way that some of the other things that that other teams have done in their schedule.
I don't know that Bobby Hurley wants to be ranked. I think Bobby Hurley wants to get this team headed in the right direction.
It's not about Bobby Hurley. It's about me.
Well, okay.
I want this team to be ranked.
Well, you do, but I don't think that Bobby Hurley and the Sun Devil Nation want to get this team. Of course, it would be nice to be ranked, but if you look at their schedule moving ahead, I mean, other than playing U of A and the Pac-12 competition, what do they really have? What are their non-conference games? Not a whole lot. It's all Pac-12 teams. And it's you got to play U of A twice. So I don't know that this team's going to get ranked. I think this team will get a good hard look at the at the tournament.
If they continue winning, it will happen eventually. But that's the issue. They've got to keep going.
Watermelon says it's rigged, Jeffrey. That's why they aren't ranked. Some teams win 1 game and jump multiple ranks off of 1 stupid win. King Kitten says the college rankings are updated weekly on Mondays. The 11-1 Sun Devils are not ranked because they lost in overtime to Texas Southern by 1 point. What a joke. Randy, please pour me a beer, por favor.
And the thing is, and that's the problem that I have with it, is some of these rankings need to account for the fact that teams grow and get better over the course of a season. They lost to Texas Southern to start the year. It wasn't just a random loss in the middle. It was obvious they got off to a slow start because they haven't had any game that's looked like that since then. And if you're voting and you're watching these games, how do you not account for that?
Good Cat says maybe the media dislikes old Bobby Hurley and they're holding that against this team.
He hasn't exactly been nice to the media, so maybe
I don't blame him. Media sucks,
but they're kind of proving his point.
Up yours, media. We don't count as media. We're entertainment.
Right.
Let's see. Hefty Lefty says college basketball rankings don't matter, though. Should teams even care? Just use it as motivation. All right, fair enough. And they're doing what they're doing regardless of ranking one way or the other. And ASU's just having a nice year in basketball so far. Let's just hope it continues. King Kitten says, if you look at it the way I do, well, no. Do we look at the way King Kitten does? I don't think we can.
I think he's saying if you were to look at it.
That scares me a little bit.
Yeah, well.
It scares me a little bit because King Kittens is, he's not right. But if we do, he says ASU is ranked 28 currently. If you look at it the way King Kittens does, is that with or without the medical marijuana? I'm not allowed to touch that stuff. You think 28 works? I feel like they should be in top 25, right? Somewhere in there.
I mean, I would think so, just based on how they've played and how they've handled their business. But, they've got to, they haven't played the toughest opponents. That is true. And I do think that that's working against them.
Fighting Wampa says this just in, Deshaun Watson is now ASU basketball's biggest fan after Jeffrey's description of how ASU's been handling their opponents.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was some bad phrasing. I'll admit it. Fish Tank wants you to know, Donnie, that Jared Goff is playing better than Captain Kirk right now. You are correct.
Yeah.
There is no denying that. That's got to hurt too. Lacrosse guy says Dingleberry escapes again. With Murray getting hurt, now he's not going to get fired. That is brutal. You are brutally right, my friend, but also brutal. Phoenix's 4-game, skid mark in their shorts. Oh my God. Hopefully now, okay. They should beat the Houston Rockets. The betting line on that says so. The eye test says so. The talent level of the Rockets says so. The money line says so. The spread says so. We're going to win this game, right?
You better, because the Rockets are one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst team in the league. It's hard to tell. It's either
They're
them or
the
Spurs.
Texans. They're the Texans.
Either they're the Texans or the Spurs are the Texans, but one of those two teams is the Texans.
Oh, you got a good point there.
And yeah, they're both real bad.
It's a whole lot of Texas right there.
They've already lost to the Rockets this year. The Suns have. So go out and win that one.
So the over-under is 224. I feel like it's going to be under because we don't have Devin Booker tonight, do we? Is Devin Booker back in the lineup? Then I might take the over just based on the Suns. The money line is plus 185. The spread is 6 in favor of Phoenix. So can the Rockets cover the spread? Well, they beat the Suns once, but that could have been just a trap game, one of those moments, right? I don't even know what to think right now. They've lost 4 in a row. I got nothing for you. I'm not doing a spread. I'm not doing a money line. I'm not doing anything but hoping to win the damn game. I think that's the safe way to go.
I mean, I would also Devin Booker is ruled out for the game today. So that doesn't help anything, but that doesn't change a whole lot for me.
What's his prognosis? How many games is he going to be out? I mean, it's a hamstring thing, which could be nagging from previous hamstring injuries, right?
Yeah, that's the thing is the hamstring is something that once you get a really bad sprain or strain there, it's something that never really quite goes away.
Yeah, I don't know if I tore. I definitely seriously hurt mine doing a 40 about the age of 40, and boy, that nagged for the longest time. That just for years, I'd be uncomfortable driving long distances in a car and have to kind of shift my butt. So that little hamstring injury. And the other day, I was playing with a dog, and I had that little. Okay, nope. That I remember that. So. I'm not even an athlete, so imagine how hard it is to come back from those kind of injuries.
I would imagine these guys as hyper attended to by the physicians and the trainers and all of these specialists. I would imagine that it's not like you or I, Jeffrey. I mean, I would that hamstring injury, unless it's really bad. In case if it's really bad, they might do surgery on the thing to repair it. Otherwise, they're going to be doing different kind of therapies, different kind of exercises to help strengthen it and help get it through this phase. I would imagine that's what's going on with Devin Booker.
I feel like you're fat shaming us right now.
Listen, man, I could pull a hamstring just by going to the bathroom.
Dan Campbell, you see him fat shaming Penei Sewell? Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Penei Sewell, he could be in the Hall of Fame right now if he'd lose some weight. What?
I mean, yeah, but this is the struggle that head coaches and offensive linemen have had since offensive linemen and head coaches have been a thing. That's just the head coaches are like, listen, don't get too heavy because you can't do your job. And offensive linemen are like, look, I do need to be.
Oh, you could be a Hall of Fame tight end. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, he did look like he looked like a very large tight end on Sunday, a very, very large tight end. By the way, Devin Booker is day to day. So no clear timeline on when he's coming back.
Dan Campbell's one over there eating all them damn kneecaps. And you're going to fat shame old Penei Sewell. That ain't right.
Dan Campbell's in great shape.
It's definitely a compliment. I mean,
are you kidding me? If Dan Campbell ripped his shirt off, he'd be in playing condition right now.
I was watching the Hard Knocks and they were doing the up downs. Dan Campbell was out there doing the up downs with the guys.
He's in great shape.
And going harder than most of the guys.
I wish I was in that kind
Randy,
of shape.
you and I could do the down part.
Oh, yeah.
888-368-1580. Thunder Snow says, Donnie says, better give Jared Goff a gold jacket and a bus ticket to the playoffs then. Oh, pump the brakes, Donnie. Come on, man. Don't be all hurt and bitter because your Vikings went down to a guy who has to breathe through his mouth all the time. Dragdog says Jimmy G comes back from injury, wins the Super Bowl, then he signs a 1-year deal with the Arizona Cardinals. Like 0% of that is going to happen.
Yeah, no.
0%
on every level.
Yeah, here's what's going to happen. It'll be the same thing that Carson Wentz is doing. He's come back and he's going to be the backup to Taylor Heineke. That has been decided.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy G comes back. He will be the backup to Brock Purdy because even if Jimmy G rushes back from his injury, they're going to be taking it easy on him because they might end up needing him next year. Maybe not.
Maybe. And it is a broken foot that he has. It's not a minor injury. You can make that worse.
And Good Cat says, regarding the Suns, it is weird the losing streak started when Chris Paul got back. I'm wondering if his return messed with that early season chemistry. I wondered the same thing as well. I did wonder that.
It's a combination of that and obviously Booker being out.
You gotta trust that Monty knows what he's doing. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, that's why you're now 5'10" instead of 6'1". I have shrank. I have too. My daughter noticed that, but she's standing there. Of course, she's getting taller. So as you get taller as a child and your parents start to look, not as big as they did, she's like, Dad, I think you have shrunk. I'm like, okay, well, you're grounded. Yeah. I was 5'11 3/4. Now I'm probably around the 5'10" area now. I mean, or 5'10 and a half. I don't know. I have noticeably shrank in my old age.
It happened. Sorry.
I'm going to Peter Brady that stuff back. You might want to hit dump. Just in case, hit dump. Go ahead. Just hit it. You got to hit it. Do you even know where it is? There you go.
I mean, do I know where it is?
I don't know. That I didn't actually full on say it, but just in case.
Got to protect the license.
We're going to Peter Brady this break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as
Heart disease,
asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52,
36, 42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. First prize is $1,580 from Harmon Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway. And $500 third prize from Harmon Solar. Sign up today. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and Sunday Night Football is back. Giants at Commanders. Playoff implications, if not playoff feels, for that game right there. That ought to be a good one.
I think so. I hope Washington can win it, because you had an entire week to look at the Giants and what they do, and you had the week off, and you just played them. You really ought to win this game.
A lot of teams coming back from their bye weeks, not really playing that great. I don't understand what that's all about.
Well, just because the Cardinals, crap the bed doesn't mean anything.
Some other teams did too. Some other teams did not come back from their bye week very well either. So it could be a thing, might not be a thing, but Giants and Commandos here on 15-8 Fanatic. Rams at Packers for your Monday Night Football. Probably one of the worst games that, it won't be one of the worst. That the Colts in Thursday Night Football that time. That was the worst. As far as Rams and Packers, I guess two of the worst performing teams right now. Baker Mayfield versus Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, that's the last thing he wants is to lose to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think he might actually retire if that happens.
Yeah, he might just sit out this game.
Just on the field. He's not going to sit out because Aaron Rodgers knows how he got his job. He got his job after, they decided to move on from Brett Favre, and not going out there and playing opens the door for Jordan Love. And he would never let that happen.
No,
he would just never let that happen.
I feel like, that's going to be a sad game. I feel like it's going to be a sad game. And I kind of leaning towards the Rams on that one. 888-368-1580. Good Cat says, Jeffrey, have you heard the rumors that after Michigan loses in the playoffs, Harbaugh will be our Colts' next coach? God, I hope not. No, he's even said himself that he's not going anywhere. He's not going to.
And what makes you so sure that George is going to beat him?
Okay, fair enough.
And also, Jim Harbaugh is from Michigan. That's his university. That's his alma mater. And he's an actually successful Michigan coach. He's not leaving.
Yeah, I don't want him. I don't want him anyway.
The University of Michigan will make sure that Jeffrey is happy by backing up the Brinks truck. If he ever says he might want to leave.
Thank you, Michigan. That's the second time I got to thank Michigan today. Do you know why?
What was the first time?
Oh, you guys don't even know this. So we're sitting there in our holiday party, right? And on the board there, later on, this is very complicated. The way he does his holiday party contest.
Well, yeah,
it's not hard to figure out once you know, but there's a lot of moving pieces. Well, he has these envelopes up on the board, and they have team names, and and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, which one of those is going to have a good pick? Because what you do is you pick the team name, gives you the envelope, you open it, and it has the number, the position of which you get to go to pick a prize off the big old prize pile. And I looked at that and I was like, psychologically, Radio Ron is a Detroit Lions fan himself, and he's from Detroit. So I'm feeling pretty good about the idea. He's going to put something good or something horrible. He's either going to be one or the other in that envelope. It's going to be the best or the worst. So I open it up, and at first I thought it was the worst. I'm like, oh, I got pick 13, the last pick. Everybody's like, no, that's the best pick because you can steal anything you want from anybody in the room. And I was like, aha, thank you, Detroit. Thank you, Michigan. Of course, I shared that with later on. He kind of looked at me. He's like, well, I'm not doing that again. So I should have just kept that to myself. But
that could have been your secret secret weapon.
Always go with Detroit. So anyway, so thank you, Detroit. Kiss the Cook says, when I pulled my hamstring, my wife would get upset at me for massaging it at night because I'd shake the bed. Several times she'd roll over and say, don't get it on the sheets, whatever you're doing. Fish Tank says, I also thought we were thanking Michigan for beating the Vikings too, right? No, just me. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for beating the Vikings, Michigan. Sure. That maybe just you, Fish Tank. Yeah. Mr. Pink Eye says, holiday party. Was everyone there? Did Randy spike the punch?
We didn't have any punch.
No, we didn't. There was some Miracle Mile sandwiches, really good. Some desserts.
No, they had
some
pastrami.
Yeah.
Oh, they had the barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it was all very, very, very tasty, but no spiked punch. We didn't need it because bottles of whiskey's all over the place here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so listen, let's move on to the next thing. I have some man talk that we have to talk about real fast.
All
it's important because somebody asked me a man card question, and the man card question is, Jeffrey O'Brien, Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner, is it a man card violation to leave a New Year's Eve party before midnight? Well, what are you talking about? And he's, they're not sure they want to stay till midnight. He feels like, well, we have to stay. We've been invited, and it would be a man card violation. And I said, no, well, okay, let me just clear this up. Not everything's about the man card. And this is not about the man card. This more is is it rude if you leave early thing. So I'll say first, no, not a man card violation to leave before midnight, especially we Irish. 1 minute we're there, next minute we're not. That's the Irish goodbye. We are famous for that. So of course there's no man card violation for that. So you're lucky if we say even like that. That's it. Maybe you might get that. So is it rude though to leave a New Year's party before midnight? It's going to be the numbers game. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. If you're at a New Year's Eve party and there's like 3 or 4 people, then yes, it's rude to leave before midnight because now everybody's like, oh, well, I guess we'll just look at each other. You can't leave early if it's a handful of people. But if you're the like 100-person rager like Randy has every year, if you decide it's time to slip out, it doesn't ruin the party for everybody else because there's already people getting pulled out of the pool. There's drunk people on the roof. The cops are there. So you can even like say, hey, look, the cops are here. That replaces me as a man. So I'm going to go home now. Yeah. And it's, it's fine. So I'm going to say, read the room. If there's not too many people, it might be kind of rude to leave early.
100-person rager.
But 100 people, nobody's going to even notice you're gone. Get over yourself. So anyways, that was a direct man card question right there. And then I have this on my Twitter, Radio Pal 1580. Take a look at this. We as men, we can't help ourselves. We should help ourselves. We should resist the urge to do the dumb things we do sometimes. And this guy, he's going to pay for it for the rest of his life. Not just because he did it, because he recorded it and he posted it on social media and it went viral. Talking about this guy. So he's flying his plane and his wife is sitting right next to him and she has just trusted him so much she's asleep. It's a little single engine plane and he's flying and the camera is perfect right there in the middle. You see the whole cockpit and he kind of looks over at her. You see, kind of stares at the camera, looks over at her, subtly dips the nose down into a nosedive and she's just like, ah! She wakes up screaming. Oh my God. And then of course she does the dumb thing. She starts beating the hell out of him. Like, what's wrong with you? You don't hit the pilot. What if you start hitting him? He has a heart attack and now you're really in trouble. Yeah, but still, that's just a man doing that. We can't resist that sort of thing. I can't say I could resist that.
I don't know if you're operating a plane, resist it. Resist it.
I can't say that if I could fault any man for doing exactly what he did.
You dip the plane and then she has a heart attack. Now you're in trouble because she's having a heart attack in the air.
Okay, let me tell you what you do then. You open the window and you tilt the plane and she goes right out. And you go, whoops.
Is that actually problem solved there? Is that really?
No, I'm just tortured. That was horrible. And I'm just kidding, honey, if you're listening. I'm not getting a plane anyway. Don't worry. Don't come at me with the Natalie Wood stuff. I probably won't have a boat either. Anyway, so anyway, this guy, we all can't help ourselves as men. Every now and then we're like, boom, we do that dumb thing that we do. And of course, now will the FAA, or is it the FFA? Which ones are the farmers and which ones are the ones who check out?
Farmers are FFA.
That's FFA. FAA
is the
that's the
airplane guys.
All right, I had it right the first time. So the FAA might see this video and have something to say about it, but it's such a subtle thing. It didn't look so drastic that he was putting anybody into actual peril. There's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of a nosedive with your plane if you feel like it. Just because you scared somebody doesn't mean nothing, right?
I
don't know.
Keon's like, I don't think you're going to talk me into anything here.
Yeah, it's just this seems like a fundamentally bad idea to me, and I
thought it was hilarious.
I am opposed to it.
I thought it was hilarious. And by the way, she seems like a lot of fun, doesn't she? Watch the video. You'll see. 888-368-1580. One last thing before we go back to sports stuff. Hey, Randy, I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know if Keon probably has noticed this, but young people are stupid.
Yes, I have noticed that.
Around Christmas time, people bring out the nutcrackers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That little guy's a little beard right there, made out of wood, right? You pull the lever, his mouth opens up, and you can play with him like he's talking or singing. A bunch of people started posting on social media, younger people. They're like, hey, did you know nutcrackers, they can actually crack nuts?
Wow.
Are you, what?
Really?
Yeah, it seems like most of these people have only experienced pre-shelled nuts or something that comes in bags. They've never had to remove the actual shells, or maybe they didn't even realize nuts have shells. And of course, we knew there are some nutcrackers that were decorative and some that were a crunch, and you just sit there and crack open walnuts and filberts and whatever else you got handy. Yeah, that's why they're called nutcrackers. How do you not know that's well, why do you think they called it the Nutcracker? There, when you watch the play The Nutcracker, that little soldier guy's not going around kicking people in the genobles. I mean, that would make sense to call it the Nutcracker. I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. Do they crack nuts in the Nutcracker?
No.
Of any kind?
No.
Not in the mouth.
Which is why I was actually about to say you could be forgiven if that is the only thing you know the Nutcracker for.
Right.
The decorative kind of Nutcracker, because it doesn't actually do it in the play. It just never comes up that is the function of what a decorative Nutcracker is.
So remember something. Nutcrackers can crack nuts, but make sure they're actually functional nutcrackers and not just decorative, because then you've broken somebody's favorite decoration, and then that's just awkward.
Well, now what's going to happen is guys are going to go around and try to crack nuts.
I don't know. It's just funny. Straight Striper says, damn it, Jeffrey. Some of us take your advice. All listeners, please look out for the newly installed blonde speed bump on Pinnacle Peak and I-17. I'm looping back around to pick it up. I have no idea what he's doing.
Pushing a wife out of the car.
Oh, I got you. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, is the FFA the underage app version of Farmers Only?
No, Future Farmers of America.
Yeah. Good Cat says, I just watched the video. He didn't dip that much. She vastly overreacted.
Yeah.
Well, she was asleep.
When you have a feeling of weightlessness suddenly, that could probably affect you.
Yeah.
I kind of felt the same, though, but it wasn't me there either, was it? Hefty Lefty says, being a fat kid growing up, I always felt that nutcrackers weren't efficient enough. I always went for the lobster and crab crackers.
Oh, jeez.
Well, being a fat kid, nuts were a healthy alternative. So I don't know why your being a fat kid was relevant there.
Just he liked to eat a lot of them.
Hefty Lefty liked to have nuts in his mouth, and I don't blame him for doing what it took to get them.
Right.
Kiss the Cook says, if my wife whispers to me, let's go home and pop our corks together, my man card will be on the host's diner table. I don't even care. It's not, no, trust me, it's not a man card violation. Do whatever the hell you want. Fish Tank says it's not rude on New Year's because you want to get home before all the amateur drinkers hit the road. Makes a lot of sense. No, I got you. Hook'em Hottie says, if you have kids, it's not a man card violation to leave before midnight. You can use the kids as an excuse, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know yet. I don't have kids. No, you're right, though. Having kids are a great excuse, but we've already explained it's not a man card violation to leave the party early. It's just not. Rude? Well, that's another question. Flings Pooh Well says, men do what they want. It's a violation when one man tells another man what to do and does it. Flings Pooh Well says this every time we talk about man card stuff.
Well,
you know what? Man card violation. Because I'm tired of hearing that from you. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent, with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and he can't take it with him. Well, I went to work and found Ray, who's 40 and takes medication to control his high blood pressure, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. That's way more coverage for a lot less than what he was paying. If SelectQuote didn't shop for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote and to find out how much you can save, call 1-800-885-4646. That's 1-800-885-4646. 1-800-885-4646. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states. Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Sun Devil men's basketball is better in person. Suit up in your best maroon and gold and catch the Sun Devils at Desert Financial Arena on December 18th against San Diego for the annual Teddy Bear Toss. Or join us on New Year's Eve when ASU hosts Arizona. The Sun Devils will then open the new year when they face Washington State January 5th and Washington on Sunday, January 8th. Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
Did you hear Jacobs and Helly?
Tiger goes out there and he basically says that Greg Norman needs to go and then gave an update on his health. Here comes the idiot, Ashley Perez. Quote, literally why driving under the influence is illegal. Thank God he didn't kill anyone. See ya. I will challenge Pat Perez and his mouthy, imbecile wife. My guy loses, I'll retire. He loses, he retires.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You're interrupted. I was trying to tell Keon why I love Dodge trucks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Did I sell you on it?
I mean, yeah, I don't have a ton of experience with trucks necessarily.
Then you don't want to Dodge.
What the hell? Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of power. That is a lot of power. That Hemi engine right there. Is that what you meant? Or
no?
Because you like horrible Fords.
I'm just playing with you. You always give me a hard time because of my Ford trucks.
Here's the ranking of trucks, in my opinion.
All right.
Dodge.
Okay, keep in mind this is Jeffrey O'Brien's ranking. Go ahead.
Right, which carries probably a lot of weight.
Probably not.
Dodge.
I thought they were Ram now.
Dodge Ram. Everybody knows it's a Dodge.
Well, I think it's a Ram.
Whatever.
Could be a Chrysler.
Fine. Ram. And then after that, GMC.
Oh, really?
And then after that, Chevy. And then after that, Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
Then Toyota.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
Hyundai.
They have a truck?
Daihatsu.
Well, Honda has a truck.
Yeah. Honda.
Somewhere after Kia, there's a Ford.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's okay. I don't let it bother me anymore. It's okay.
I don't know why it bothered you to begin with.
I had plenty of Ford trucks that lasted a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I had, my ex-wife stole from me and I never got it back.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
And then she sold it.
You'd have fought harder for it if it was a Dodge.
Nah, probably not. Please take it. Here's my spare key.
Find that little thing which disables the brakes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good Cat says, if I had a garage bar like Fish Tank, I'd leave a party early.
Absolutely.
Well, that's where the party should be, really.
Yeah, if Fish Tank is having a New Year's Eve party in his garage,
yeah,
is that drinking and driving?
Well, only if you're driving. You can't drive a garage. I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
I'm just asking. I just want to make sure.
Part of the house, really. And by the way, remember we were going to do a remote broadcast from his garage.
Yeah, whatever happened to them?
Well, then it just got weird because like all these listeners wanted to show up, and then they were worried about Fish Tank's
Isn't that
privacy
what you want? You want listeners to come out to?
No, but Fish Tank didn't want a bunch of damn strangers traipsing around his
Well,
house.
then we
or
should just
something.
do it unannounced one day.
Well, we should do it unannounced. Yes, just us.
Just roll up there and start broadcasting.
Right. And then I realize if you think about it, it's cool enough. You know,
No, it's definitely cool enough.
the only thing that keeps me from doing some remotes is the heat. So we should probably do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got another thing we need to talk about real fast. I am absolutely okay with this. Usually not okay with it, sorts of things, but the NBA naming the MVP trophy after Michael Jordan sounds like a pretty good idea.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Who the hell is going to say no to that? Right?
Yeah,
Didn't he win it like six
LeBron
times?
will. LeBron will say, well, wait a second.
Well, I think even LeBron knows, Michael Jordan paved the way for him. The reason why LeBron came into the league wearing 23 was Michael Jordan was his hero. So I don't even think LeBron would have anything to say about it.
No. He does kind of flip flap the jibber jabber there, doesn't he? Though?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. Sometimes he flip flaps
He,
jibber jabber.
he does, but when it comes to his airness, Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
even LeBron.
He ain't that dumb. So yeah, here's the trophies. They're going to name them. Here it is. All right. So the MVP Michael Jordan Award. That has a nice ring to it there.
Yeah, I like that.
And then the Hakeem Olajuwon Trophy for Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
How do we feel about that?
I don't have a problem with that, except
Yeah.
how many times did Kobe win the Defensive Player of the Year? And Kobe got the All-Star MVP trophy, right? That's the Kobe trophy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kobe
it is. Yeah, the All-Star MVP.
Yeah, Kobe is more in Michael Jordan range than Hakeem Olajuwon range,
but when
as far as defense goes.
Well, that's what I was asking. How many times did Kobe win that?
I'll go ahead and look that up, but I will say that Olajuwon, when the game was centered around big dudes, Olajuwon was one of the best defenders in the entire damn
I'm
league.
not taking that away. I just want to
And-
know who won it more.
Well, while he looks that up, I'll give you the other awards. They got the Wilt Chamberlain Rookie of the Year award.
Damn.
At first, I thought you said hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
Then it registered what you said because you were so damn fast with it.
So Kobe's second all time in making all defense first team, but he actually never won a defensive player of the year.
I thought he did.
John Havlicek Trophy, sixth man of the year. So I guess bench player award.
Hondo Havlicek.
And then the George Meakin,
Mikan.
most improved player award.
Why do they give that to George Mikan?
I don't know. Don't really know.
Did he like invent the dunk or something?
Who did he even play for? I never even heard of him.
Mikan?
Yeah.
It was
When
he
was
was
that?
long time ago.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know.
George Mikan.
Hey, you listeners out there, don't pretend like you did. I don't know who he said. I don't know who he is. But sure, go ahead.
I mean, I
Name
know
an
who
award after him. I don't care.
I know who he is, but I just don't understand what
Is he in
about
my
his
lifetime?
career.
No.
Seriously, before 1970?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, see,
Yeah,
now
no,
you
no,
can't.
he played in like the 40s and 50s.
Well, what the hell? Is that the last most improved player we've had?
Well, it's not about the last one. I think it's just about the greatest one. I just don't know enough about his career to say, what about it? What about his career makes you attach him to most improved player?
Maybe he sucked after he was really good,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was really good again.
So he improved.
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently, according to basketnews.com.
Oh, here we go.
He created a layup and footwork exercise known as the Mikan drill, which has been used for decades by players at all levels to improve their game. And he mastered the fundamentals of the NBA's first dominant big man.
Well, there you go.
Can I just bring up a point here about the Michael Jordan MVP award?
Sure.
He won that thing 5 times in 15 years. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he won it 6 times, but they named the Social Justice Champion Award after him instead. Shouldn't it be the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar MVP
Well,
award? He won it more than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but see, Kareem is more of a. Although he won the MVP more than Michael Jordan. When you think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, at least when I do, he's
an airplane.
Well, I don't. Well, that's true. He was an airplane, but He was still Lou Alcindor in the airplane, wasn't he? Or was he Kareem
No,
then?
he was
He was Kareem.
Was he?
Yeah.
But he has been been
It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember. But he's been an activist. I mean, he's been out there for social justice for quite some time. His whole career was that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the
but he
civil
won-
rights struggle was definitely what he was deeply
But
involved
he won
in.
6.
He won 6, but it doesn't have to be about the most. I mean,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is largely considered the greatest basketball player of all time. And I think if
Yeah.
you're going to say you are the best basketball player in this year of basketball, and you name the award after Jordan, I got no problem with that.
I mean, I got no problem with it. But then when I found out Kareem had it 6 times, that was just sort of like, well, you know what I'm saying?
And Jordan, I think we all can agree, should have won it more. But at a certain point, people were just tired of Jordan winning it.
Hateful sports writers?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, hateful, but it's just like after a while,
Hateful.
people had fatigue, and he should have
Just
won it
kinda
more
like
times than he did.
Tired of
I mean,
hateful.
Okay, last year and this year, probably not good examples, but LeBron could have won this thing.
Yeah, LeBron's got 4.
How
He
many
should have
times?
way more than 4. The year that Harden won it, LeBron should have won it for sure. Yeah, I mean, like you can always point to that, and I think there's a subjectivity with it, but I think we can all agree, greatest basketball player, that's MJ.
888-368-1580. Dick Whiskers says, is it a man card violation to leave the party early when you want to stay, but your girlfriend wants you to come back home and watch The Notebook?
Hmm.
I know, man. We as men, we do quite a few things in favor of the lady, thinking that, well, maybe if we go back and watch The Notebook, then she's going to get her romantic stirrings up, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So a chance to go home
Her
for
romantic
Yeah.
stirrings.
a chance to go home for some romantic stirrings. Yeah, I don't think there'd be a man card violation on that. Extra points if you get some, I guess.
Her romantic stirrings.
Yep.
Let me hear how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey, come home and watch The Notebook with me.
Hold on a second. Bye. Romantic stirrings.
Oh my God.
You can't hold that against the guy.
Okay. All right.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, how about a 5-head award named after LeBron, player best capable of playing all 5 positions? I think that's more about the fact he's losing his hair. I think right there.
A little bit. He turned it into a compliment eventually. He got around to it.
Yeah, that's a Midwestern passive aggressiveness there, Baker's Cocky Hens. Dropping the soap says, Jeffrey, you left out an award. It's the O.J. Simpson Humanitarian Award.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's football. We're talking basketball. Come on,
Yeah.
dropping the soap.
Yeah.
Big George says, you don't know who George Mikan is? His nickname was Mr. Basketball. Has been featured many times on this date in Big George's sports history. Yeah, I don't know. I think I read those. And by
Really
the way,
big, really Big George?
I enjoy watching the NBA since like 1990 something, but I'm not like, a historian on it. So get off my ass. Hefty Lefty says they wanted to honor the first superstar of the league with Mikan. Oh, is that what he was? Is he a superstar?
He was like the first dominant big guy
okay.
in the league. Yeah.
He also made a drill. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Hefty. So yeah. All right, cool enough. That's cool. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I now realize why OJ believes he says innocent. Nordberg lived through hundreds of bullets. Surely Nicole didn't die from a simple stab wound. Wow, that is a very dark police. Ever seen Police Squad? Those movies
I don't think I have.
The Leslie Nielsen movie. That won't make any sense to you. Mr. Wilbur says, how about a pouty face baby award for LeBron? Kyler Murray could be the first nominee. No, Kyler Murray could be the little statue.
Damn.
And also, Kyler Murray plays football. So
Straight fire.
There, this is all getting convoluted now, you people.
Wow.
Dropping the soap makes a good point. George McCann, he played for the Lakers. He was good, until everybody was allowed to play. It's another good point for black people could play in the NBA, according to Dropping the Soap. I don't like to count anything until everybody got to play because all those records mean nothing. So Augie says, I think Dean Blandino needs to decide if that was a man card, but he has no say in any of those things. Augie, which man card violation? Nothing so far that's been mentioned today is a man card violation.
I would concur.
I don't think. Yeah,
I concur that.
I agree.
I was just making sure. I couldn't remember. I haven't. I did issue the one because I got tired listening to Flings Puel say that same crap again.
Yeah.
Real man does what he wants, doesn't care what anyone thinks. It's really not the point, man. It's really not the point. I'm the commissioner. When we come back, we are going to talk a whole lot of NFL football. Wilbur says, how about the hottest girlfriend award? Yeah, but how would you ever vote on that? Prison Wallet says, I don't think we can discount the stats from before integration just based on the fact that I'm sure a majority of players weren't for it, but they weren't in charge. I'm not sure what you're saying here. I guess I could have done something to change things, but it was a different time. Didn't quite follow that text, but okay. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent, with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and he can't take it with him. Well, I went to work and found Ray, who's 40 and takes medication to control his high blood pressure, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. That's way more coverage for a lot less than what he was paying. If SelectQuote didn't shop for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote and to find out how much you can save, call 1-800-885-4646. That's 1-800-885-4646. 1-800-885-4646. Or go to selectquote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, who's behind the glass. Also alongside Keon, who's sitting right over there. Kind of looking forward to tomorrow. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. We have to move on to the next controversy. Seems like today is going to be the day of controversy. Although, odd-looking skies out there. Odd-looking skies, sort of orange looking outside the windows. And saw a guy running in the rain. I'm like, you better slow down, buddy. You're going to fall down.
Is it raining outside?
Yeah. Got some wet sidewalk out there. So, King Kittens even, dark skies to the northeast, sunset in the west, windy and cold, and it's raining. And Groppel fell too. What the hell does that mean? It's raining and Groppel fell too. King Kittens, what the hell does that mean? But you know what we need? I think we do need one of your Randy White weather reports to get a clear idea of what's happening out there.
From literally the 1580, the Fanatic Harmon Solar Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming at you live. Currently 50 and drizzle in Scottsdale. 50 and drizzle. Clouds throughout the evening, a chance of rain, slight, getting down into the low 40s, mid 30s overnight. Check those succulents. I just
look out the window. You're right. It's drizzle. He's right.
Tomorrow, sunshine, widely scattered light by the morning time. Sunshine, no chance of rain tomorrow. And a high tomorrow of 53 degrees from the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Oh, Big Stanky is having remember that guy in Hawaii? He's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. He's having that moment. He's like, rainbow at Scottsdale in paradise, man. It's a rainbow. You know what that means? It's okay to be gay. 888-368-1580. It's God's promise. Don't at me. Anyway, Hefty Left says, I think all those new NBA awards are pretty appropriately named. Kobe already has the All-Star Game MVP trophy, and he's tied for the most of those. Jerry West, nicknamed Mr. Clutch, so that trophy works for him. Bill Russell already has Finals MVP trophy, and I think Kareem really appreciates his name being on the Social Justice Award. Russell could have been that too. Well, hell, he could have been the defensive trophy as well. Hondo is the kind of first incredible sixth man, so it historically fits. So he says, sorry for the long test, but I love NBA and its history. I like the NBA too. I just was never really big on the history like that. So it's kind of, it's interesting to learn. I'm learning a lot today. Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, what's a succulent?
It's a very delicate plant.
Okay, ask your wife. Oh no, I'm sorry, Wilbur. Ask a woman. There's these weird little plants.
Ooh. I wouldn't go up to a woman and say, excuse me, can you explain a succulent?
Hey, can I take a look at your succulent?
Hey, can you tell me about succulents?
Definitely don't do that.
You can choose which word suck is in. All right.
No.
And then you just spend a little time in jail.
Can I see your garden? Is it full of succulents?
I bet it's moist.
I think everything sounds wrong if you say it like that.
You take it for the succulent, you gotta make sure it's moist. Right? Are your succulents moist right there?
I don't think anyone with that accent should ever say the word moist. It's just don't. You can't. You're not allowed.
All right, let me try. I'm going to try another sentence. Hey, you mind if I play with your Play-Doh? Yeah, all right.
See, yeah,
everything is going to
just all sounds dirty, just real bad.
So I'm working on the car there, and I got a torque wrench at about 40 pounds, and I started to work it.
Yeah, it's all making me feel very uncomfortable.
I did have to get a new torque wrench. That's not a lie.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Dropping the soap says, I haven't had a succulent in like 6 months. Big Stanky says, where's me Lucky Charms? That's the direction you're going. All right. King Kitten says, seen from TV 3 and 5 says it's similar to hail, not quite snow. Groppel? Isn't that like a tea they sell in New York for too much money?
I think you're right, by golly.
Randy's Chuckle says, maybe the hottest Mr. Wilbur is referring to is their temperature. So most feverish then? Kiss the Cook says, I enjoyed having a conversation with Mr. Mikan. Very humble and a great personality. He's not still alive, is he?
No.
Yeah. How long ago did you have to? When did he die? Kiss the Cook, how the hell old are you? Augie says, I think they'll have a life-size statue of Kyler Murray in the next Monopoly game.
Damn.
He died in 05, and
okay.
He lived here in Scottsdale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jagdog says, I'm going to check my wife's succulents. Oh, let me read that right. I'm going to check my wife's succulents when I get home. All right. Yeah, you all right. Every time I call you now, I'm going to use that voice.
Please don't.
Hey there, Keanu. What do you got for me? All right. Because that's actually the first thing I say to him when he calls me. All right, what do you got for me?
And it's not creepy when you say it like that or be in the normal way.
Hey, Keon.
Hey,
What do you got for Jeffrey? Can I watch?
Yeah. He wants to watch. All right.
No. I don't even know what you'd be watching, but no.
I'm going to read everybody's text that way. King Kitten says, succulents are plants with parts that are thickened and fleshy.
Oh.
Engorged, if you know what I mean. All right.
God. No, my skin's just crawling. That's just all that's happening right now.
Good Cat says, Jeffrey, isn't everything in New York way too expensive? Not just that tea. Yeah, you're right. You're right. New York is super duper expensive. But listen, we have other things to talk about, other controversies to pursue. JJ Watt is speaking out about a very important subject. I think something that we should all pay attention to, and I think we should all have something to say about. JJ Watt took up the cause while everybody else was talking about other things. He says we need to open a dialogue because this ain't right. Have you noticed it? Have you noticed it? It's talking about shrinkage.
Oh.
JJ Watt said that?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
No, I don't.
Of the burritos at Chipotle.
Oh.
He says, we want the big burritos back. Burritos been getting smaller. He says, it's high time we open a dialogue about this. We want big burritos back. And there's a picture, and he's holding one of them burritos, and he's not wrong. It's like half the length of the burritos from before. Of course, he put on hashtag, this is supposed to be double meat, hashtag burrito justice, hashtag still hungry, hashtag not an ad, a hashtag quite the opposite, actually. So let me just tell you, I remember back in the day, I'd go to the Chipotle and I would get they were giant burritos, but mostly shoved full of rice. You know what I mean? Or whatever else. It's not usually the meat and the cheese. It was other things. Then I kind of got tired of it. And then I kind of just got tired of Chipotle. So the thickness of this burrito seems to be the same, but they've just, it's like stubby.
Yeah, you know why? Chipotle is owned by the Ronald McDonald Corporation.
So they're saving money?
And Miss Kim and I, we were out this past weekend running an errand, and I stopped in to get my old friend a egg McMuffin. Because there are few things you can get from McDonald's anymore.
They don't have those at Chipotle.
And you just follow my
talking about Chipotle here.
My long and winding road, Jeffco. You know the routine.
Does that road end up at Chipotle?
Yes.
All right.
And
all right.
I got this thing where the egg was half as thick as it used to be.
Yeah.
The ham was paper. Hell, I could have read the newspaper through this ham.
Mm-hmm,
It's how and the McMuffins themselves smaller. And so my theory is, although Ronald McDonald is making billions and billions of hamburgers, they don't quite have enough money. That's why they have shrunk all their food, and that includes the Chipotle.
It's the goddamn inflation.
Yep.
That really stinks because I remember being in college.
God damn you to hell, Putin. This is all your fault, Putin. Yeah, messed around with the Ukraine. Everything would be great right now. I think we know what we need to do.
Attack.
Do we?
We're going to need to take some time off.
And attack.
You didn't know, just three of us. Special Forces Daily Blender move.
Attack.
In a couple of weeks, we're leaving. We'll take care of things.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take care of things over there. We're going to take Putin out, and then you're going to have your interest rates are going to be low again. The economy is going to be good again, and JJ Watt's burrito will finally be as big as he wants.
I mean, I'm not opposed to this plan because we have to go back.
Good, because you're a big part of the plan involving a parachute and a pair of scissors.
Yep.
We're going to wait in the plane. Just so you know.
Wait, hold on. Now,
We're-
why are you waiting in
We're
the
the
plane?
backup. We're the backup plan.
Wait, why are
We're
you
the backup plan.
We are, it's always been this way, Keon.
Yeah.
We are the reinforcements.
Yeah. Trust me, I've got a very good plan with about
just-
a 7% chance of
You,
success.
I am
Keon,
feeling
are the-
seven.
You're the edge of the blade.
I'm feeling very red shirtish about this plan right now. Not thrilled about that. Got to tell you.
Part of the plan was you would wear a red shirt.
See,
So
now that we've confirmed where this is going,
we should probably not talk about this anymore on air. Just rest assured, if we are gone for about a week, we're taking care of
so
business.
I was just going to
We're
say
getting our country back.
I'd like to go back to the times where Chipotle burrito was about the size of a small child. But if I have to be the edge of the blade,
Are you saying that JJ Watt wants to eat a small child?
no, but the Chipotle burritos were about that big.
Man, this is probably the first time you've heard it here on sports radio. JJ Watt could be implicated in a child eating ring, cannibalism with the darkest of
Wow.
shadows.
Wow.
I mean, if
this
that-
is
if
so
that's what-
unlike JJ Watt.
If that's what you want to hear,
JJ Watt would wrap a small child in a blanket and eat it like a Chipotle burrito.
no, I think he just wants his Chipotle burritos to be child-sized.
Listen, Chipotle, you have to give JJ Watt his full-size burritos, or he's just going to start eating kids because he's got to have to replace it with something that's the similar size.
I don't think that's what he was saying at all. Just
Do you have any red shirts at home?
I'm gonna say no.
We'll have to give him a red shirt.
All right. We'll get on that.
All right.
I'll call Radio Run.
Randy's chuckle says, sounds like it's more of a Beetlejuice accent. Right here, over here, Randy's chuckle. All right. I guess you could kind of say that a little bit, but it's also a creepy Southern guy, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Gas station guy. I don't want to check your oil. I'm going to stick my dipstick in there. I'll tell you what.
I mean, that is uncomfortable.
What Keon is trying to tell you is he's heard that exact voice a few times, being from the South.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, so if you take the Lance off succulents, what do you get?
Left behind.
Well, first off, Wilbur, you misspelled it. So you get an F is what you get. Licky Lips Johnson says, I saw this old ugly looking Niners fan about to fight another ugly fat Seahawks fan down by Power Road in Chandler. Very entertaining. If only that were true, you'd have recorded it with your phone and sent it to us. Burger Wolf says, Licky Lips Johnson's breath smells like a hyena's vagina.
Really?
Booger Wolf, I got a question. How would you know what a hyena's? Okay. Good Cat says, founded by Steve Ells on July 13th, 1993, Chipotle had 16 restaurants all in Colorado when McDonald's Corporation became a major investor in 1998. By the time McDonald's fully divested itself from Chipotle in 2006, the chain had grown to over 500 locations. Divested. Does that mean they don't own them anymore?
Apparently, but they still follow the, I guess they follow the McDonald's code then, if that's the case.
Is that what divested mean?
Reducing the amount of food that you get and expanding the amount of money you pay for said food.
Fecal Miss says, well, I don't know about you guys, but my Chipotle burrito comes out like a small child.
Damn. Damn.
My experience has been very, very different. And remember the chocolate rivers in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? That's more my experience. Oh, we're never getting Chipotle as a sponsor now, that's for sure. Hook'em Hottie says, all that comes to mind is really old episodes of the A-Team when I think of you guys as military and reinforcements. Shh. So Randy would be he'd be Hannibal. I'm of course Face.
Of course.
Well, I'm a mix between Face and Murdoch because we only have 3 of us. And I don't know who you'd play. You'd have to play the computer technician,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
the special guest star that week, or guy who goes "Ah!" and flies from the explosion.
I'd rather not be that guy, but that I might also accurately be that guy.
You don't have like the guns to play BA. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
aware.
You start lifting, you might find yourself driving the van. Something to look forward to.
10 years ago, I could have done it.
Hefty Lefty says McDonald's hasn't been part of Chipotle since 2010.
Okay.
Thank you, nerds. Thank you, fast food nerds. Dropping the soap says Booger Wolf used to work at the Phoenix Zoo. Licky Lips Johnson says, I have no idea. He's sending whatever 3GP is. I can't watch videos, links, whatever. Sometimes pictures don't even work. So sorry, Licky Lips Johnson. Whatever you're trying to do, it ain't working. Anyways, that is JJ Watt's cause. And I feel like
his burrito is too small.
Yeah.
Damn it to heck. We've got to make sure JJ Watt's burrito is large again. Large and soft and warm.
I gotta get his phone number, call him up. Hey, I heard you're suffering from a small burrito.
So I actually, according to this article from Business Insider a year ago, Chipotle customers were complaining about tinier burritos. All I'm saying is JJ Watt's got a strong point.
No, you're absolutely right. You can't leave prices the same and shrink products.
They actually raised prices.
That's diabolical.
They shrank the burrito and then charged more.
Yeah, it's true.
That ain't right. Good Cat says, yes, you are correct, Jeffrey. Divested means they no longer own a portion of them. Oh, so they still have some skin in the game then. So McDonald's still getting a little something out of it. Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough. Because we're all good here. Good Cat says, I wonder if his wife knows JJ craves the big burrito. All right. Yeah, say that to his face. Hefty Lefty says, JJ should go to Cafe Rio. Them burritos are good size and you can get enchilada style. There you go. See, there, Hefty Lefty. Solutions. You know what I'm saying?
Not problems.
That's right.
Solutions.
He's coming to you with solutions.
Yep.
Cafe Rio.
Yep.
That is pretty good stuff right there.
Yep. Absolutely.
Can I tell you what I like, but I don't like?
Cafe Rio?
Some burros. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's really bad. The one in Queen Creek is run by a bunch of damn teenagers, and it has been bad for a while. No quality control. All the food is a mess. I don't know if you guys have good Some Burros near you. If you do, let me know. I might make the trip to it because the one in Queen Creek is trash.
You say it's Some Burros?
Some Burros.
I've seen them around. I haven't actually tried one.
Normally good. Queen Creek, no. You can't leave it to the kids because it's horrible service. And my wife likes a taco salad, and that came out like nearly charred. It's like, what the hell's going on over there?
So the reason why I haven't gone to the Some Burros in Tempe is because there's like a Whataburger there and a Taco Bell and a McDonald's and a few other food places. And like nobody ever goes to the Some Burros. There's nobody there ever. So
bad sign.
That's telling me things like, okay, everyone is literally choosing Taco Bell over this.
Did a crime happen there?
Maybe cheaper. Maybe because
I don't
Some
think
Burros
so,
might be more expensive.
If you walk in, does it smell
possible.
like Clorox?
Well, I've never walked in. I mean,
Yeah.
how I judge where I should eat
We should
sometimes
try
is
it.
all of
Yeah.
the food places, and then the places that have the line wrapped around. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there.
You should try it.
I'll
You
give
should
it a
try
shot.
it, just see what happens. Maybe it's a good place. Nurse Scratchit says, all right, wrap Kyler in a red shirt, tortilla, and feed him to JJ Watt.
Damn.
Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, I'll meet you at the Some Burro at 7th Street, just north of Camelback. That's a good one. Timing when your dial ride would get there and when I would get there would be a little difficult, but we could talk. King of Tacos.
King of
Kitten says tacos. Cafe Rio has $3 tacos today.
That's because it's Taco Tuesday.
The King of Tacos would be a great texter nickname. Just putting that out.
King of Tacos, sure. Jagdog says Cafe Rio burritos compared to the. I don't understand what that means. I'm gonna hold off on that one. Mr. Wilbur says, "Do you think Putin owns succulents?" No.
I think no, I'm not going to say it.
No. Cardinal Art says, check out the one on 7th Street and never mind. Hefty Lefty says, the only place I prefer teenagers running a food establishment is Thrifty's. Those kids would be so careful and carefree. You'd get a quart of ice cream for the same price as a triple scoop if you went the right night. God, I miss that ice cream. Kiss the Cook says, so Chipotle is Mickey D's side chick then?
Sort of.
It's a good way of putting it. Booger Wolf says Licky Lips brushes his teeth with fish skins. Licky Lips says Booger Wolf was the ugly 40 Weiner fan that I was talking about. I tried to send a video of him almost fighting a Seahawks fan there. Big George says breaking Olympic news. Oh, we'll have to get back to that later. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, the Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The college football bowl season starting on Friday afternoon is the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl, which will be played in Nassau between Ohio and UAB. The Blazers are a 10.5-point favorite, minus 410 on the money line. Miami, Ohio, plus 315 with an over-under of 44.5. Also Friday, the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl in Orlando, number 23 Troy against number 22 UTSA. The Trojans a 1.5-point favorite, minus 128. The Roadrunners plus 106. The over-under is at 55.5. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just one dose of Vicks NyQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Hi, Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan. And you know what the number one question people ask us is? Why isn't everyone doing this? That's kind of what we were thinking. I know this loan isn't for everyone, but I guarantee it's for everyone that qualifies. Fact. If you have great credit and are good with your money, and you're currently in a fixed rate traditional loan, I guarantee you're in the wrong loan. It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031 NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Dell Technologies Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stanley Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Big George with his breaking Olympics news. A guy you've never heard of has been banned for 3 years for whereabout failures and faking an email to anti-doping authorities. Randolph Ross. Oh, okay,
I did nothing of the sort. Big George, it's all a false. It's all false.
No, he said Randolph Ross.
I've never taken dope in my life.
Randolph Ross, not White.
Oh.
This is not you.
Oh.
Also, recall the fact you're not an Olympic runner or sprinter.
Yeah.
Well,
there's that.
All right. So there were some records over the weekend we didn't get a chance to talk about. So
records.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Travis Kelce reaching 10,000 receiving yards faster than any other tight end.
No kidding.
Is he now going to be looked at as the best tight end in history? Or are there still other people who should get that designation?
That's a tough one
Tony
for me.
Gonzalez should still be.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez that's a pretty hefty goal.
So Tony Gonzalez until Travis Kelce has done more than him. Even though Travis Kelce's gotten 10,000 receiving yards faster than Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, I would still put Gonzalez because when you talk about a complete tight end, that also includes blocking, which Travis Kelce's good at, but he's not a great blocker. Gonzalez was a great blocker.
Well, he's not asked to be because you need him out there to get catch balls more
that's
than
just
block.
not his offense. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that blocking ability doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But I would say what you ask a tight end to do, that's the reason why,
Do you have any doubt that Travis Kelce could block the hell out of somebody if he had to?
I don't have any doubt, but Gonzalez did it better.
It's not his fault.
George Kittle does it better now.
It's not Kelce's fault. He's not asked to do those things. That doesn't deteriorate his ability to do it.
It doesn't deteriorate his ability, but when he does do it, he doesn't do it better or at a higher level than, again, we're talking about the greats. So we're separating here by degrees.
So even though Kelce got to 10,000 yards in 140 games, it took Gonzalez 177 games. That doesn't help balance the sheet a little bit to say that maybe Kelce is the best of all time.
For me,
what does he have to do?
Not particularly.
Does
I don't
he
know
have
because
to
I'm
have
also
more receiving yards at the end of his career.
Because some of that stuff also depends on who you play with. And if Tony Gonzalez had got to play with the Patrick Mahomes, what would those numbers even look like?
Well, you might not
Pretty
have all
absurd.
that blocking you're talking about because it's all man on deck to catch ball because that is how you don't need the blocking as much with Patrick Mahomes because he's a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
I think you should use that as your.
That changes the metric a little bit, but I think when you look right now at who's the best tight end in football, it's going to be a conversation between Kittle and Kelce. And while I like the offense that Kelce gives you, like Kittle is a dog out there blocking people. And I think that to me, for the completeness of the position, that matters.
I feel like Travis Kelce could block if needed. If that were a part of the scheme, not only would he block as well, he'd get better at it because he'd be forced to do it more. So, I don't know if that's fair to hold against him. I'm looking at Travis Kelce eventually being the best tight end of all time. He's making a damn good case for it, I think.
Like I said, it's degrees. I mean, if you said, if he gets to that number one spot in yards and you went Travis Kelce, the best tight end of all time, I'm not going to argue about it. It's not something like that.
Oh yeah. You'll argue about it.
Don't we have to keep in mind what Gronk's done in his career?
Well, yeah, I mean,
because he was absolutely key to like multiple championships. I think that also plays a factor. It's because you can't just go pure yards.
I think a lot of people bristle against that because of Tom Brady and Gronk and the whole thing about being the Patriots.
Kelsey's got Patrick Mahomes.
Well, let's look at the stats. Did Gronk have as many yards? Did he have all the? I don't know what you put down as a test to determine best tight end of all time. I guess there's got to be some substantive factor for each one of these things about the blocking, about the being that kind of a tight end, catching and running and yards after catch. I mean, Gronk could carry an entire team on his back, and so can Kelce. I don't know. I mean, I don't know really what you use as, here's the sheet, here's what we go by, check the boxes.
And it gets a little tougher, though. Gronk was, I think, also just a beast of a blocker too. Mm-hmm. But I just think that era also defines it as well. Like Travis Kelce would block more in another era.
If needed.
Gonzalez played in an era where they ran the ball more. So there were less opportunities for him to get those yards that Travis Kelce is getting now. So I'm trying to kind of balance that in my head. When you do this, you kind of have to go across the eras too, because what do you do with a guy like Kellen Winslow? I mean, that guy was awesome, but he didn't play in. If he had played in today's offenses, the way that he was able to play, with the Chargers back in the day in that Air Coryell offense, if he had played in a modern offense, which a lot of those offenses were built off of that, I think he'd put up similar stupid numbers because he was just that good.
Every time you pound on the table, my camera moves.
I am sorry.
Just saying. Well, he's very passionate in here. I'm just saying.
I'm not used to that, are you?
Kind of passionate in both places.
He never knocked things over in there. Just saying. Listen, we were kind of talking about this off air a little bit, and when it comes to the records and all this, because we keep changing the sport, because you keep changing how many games are played, because you keep changing how things are penalized or how things are done. You change the rules. You tinker here, you tinker there. Now you can't really say greatest of all time. All you can do is pick out eras of time. But Travis Kelce and Tony Gonzalez, do we say they played in different eras? They played in different enough times, or were they close enough in time where we can compare them?
They overlapped, but certainly there is a chunk of Tony Gonzalez's career where they ran the ball a crap ton, and we just don't run the ball like that. Legitimately, if a team drafts a running back in the first round of the draft, people scratch their head and go, "What are you doing?" Even though the guy's clearly talented, because we just don't run the ball like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Travis Kelce, you're going to take Travis Kelce probably before any other tight end in fantasy football. That tells you something right there. Hitting the nuts, he's here to complain. He says, I now live in a small market and it sucks. There's only one sports station. Have you heard of Burton Hahn? Kill me now. I miss the Blender daily every time I'm at work. Okay.
Well,
there's always the podcast.
Yeah, we have a podcast. We also have a website that's very handy to have where you can listen to us live right now.
We've got an app where you can do the same thing.
So sorry, hitting the nuts. Life does that, but at least you have us on right now, buddy. Antonio Gates says, good cat. Antonio Gates was great, but I don't know if he has the same, and then which era, you know what I'm saying?
Because he also played in that era where they ran the ball a lot, and they had this dude named LaDainian Tomlinson on the team. So that was option one.
Yeah.
His career ended a little bit quicker than it should have, I think, too.
Yeah.
Big George says, I don't think Gronk's stats should count. Mostly just because he can't remember playing. Tron Slater says, just wondering, anyone know the timetable for Murray's release from the Phoenix Children's Hospital?
Come on, man. The guy just had his season ended. Good Lord.
He's standing out there with signs. Get well soon, Kylan. Dirty Dallas says Jason Witten was a great blocker and receiver, great at both. And he did all of that with that hedgehog on his head. Hefty Lefty says, speaking of Chipotle, the record was recently set for fastest burrito eaten at 31 seconds. Matt Stoney unofficially beat that time a few days ago when he just inhaled it in 26 seconds. Well, see, now you can't even count that because now the burritos are smaller. So technically, the record, different eras, just like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, never an issue with my double meat at Chipotle. Bought 2 last night for me and the wife. Mine was 8x5. Yeah, I measured. Wife couldn't get her mouth on it. It was so big.
Okay.
We're still talking burritos, right?
Well, I hope so. I sure hope so.
Just going to go ahead and move on. Sterling Sharp, before he got hurt, says Cardinal Art.
That's true.
Yeah, he was a beast.
I wish he was able to have his whole career, but Shannon Sharp, and again, in the 90s, that was absolutely run heavy, and he played in a Mike Shanahan offense where they ran the ball, and you had Terrell Davis, who was kind of a
big deal.
Kind of a big deal. So I just think that when you look at the eras, I don't know that it's an obvious you get the most yards at that position because it's not just catching. So you get the most yards, so you're the greatest. I think there's more to it than that.
I feel like old George Kittle is going to be a professional wrestler before all is said and done.
You think so?
Yeah, he kind of seems like that personality. Soon to be a professional wrestler. Some more records that were done. Justin Herbert set the record for passing yards through 3 seasons. I just don't know what to make of him. Boy, he gets on his hair and you're like, okay, he's going to be great. Here comes the next guy, very Andrew Luckish. And then all of a sudden things kind of quiet down and fizzles. You're like, oh, that's a disappointment. And then here he is again. Oh, Jesus, look at this kid. And it's sort of going, like that. But yeah, he had 367 passing yards the other night, giving him 13,056 passing yards for his career, more than any other player in their first 3 seasons. Andrew Luck was a previous holder, 12,957. After that, Peyton Manning. So 2 out of 3 of them's Colts, and kind of wishing we'd picked up old Justin Herbert for my team now. Anyway, so that's pretty good there.
I don't think you were bad enough at the time, but
damn it.
Yeah. That's the Colts' eternal problem, is they're not bad enough.
No. We're fixing that this year. So what am I supposed to make of Justin Herbert? He hasn't given us a consistent, steady string of, all right, this guy, he's going to be around for a while. He's legit. He's going to be good. Or has he?
Last year he was consistent, but he was still not at the ceiling that you thought he was going to reach. And I thought year 3, because that's the year most guys make the leap. And I do want to give him some credit for this, but I do think it's holding him back. He played a good chunk of this season with cracked ribs, which he did not talk about and did not complain about at all. But there's no way that didn't affect him. He just literally looked like he was in pain for about 3 games this season and gutted through it. But you're not going to get the best performances. And I think now that he's getting healthy, we're starting to see the Justin Herbert that we thought we were going to get earlier in the year again.
Well, good to see him again, because football is more fun when he plays well. Justin Jefferson is on pace to get that single season receiving yardage record. But then again, there are more games, right? So, all right. So here's what happened. Last year, Cooper Kupp came very close to breaking Calvin Johnson's single season receiving yards of 1,964. This year, Justin Jefferson is on pace for at least 1961, but he breaks out and has a really big game here or there. He could break that record. But again, we can't compare this, right? Because more games, more games. So I don't know. I don't have to think about that.
Well, it depends too, because I think if he does get it before the 17th game, that's pretty damn impressive.
All right. So that's the way we're going to measure these things now, I guess. Tyreek Hill, he did set the Dolphins record for single season receiving yards. So now he has, oh, good God, how many yards? He started with 1,379, but then he caught a couple of balls there. Now he has, I don't know how much he has, 1,389. I don't know what he's got, but Tyreek Hill has that record now. Hassan Reddick, remember him? Used to be an Arizona Cardinal, Randy.
I do remember that.
Well, he now has a very unique sack record.
Oh, goody.
I don't want to distract you from your show over there, but
I just saw Al McCoy on the TV.
I love Al McCoy. Why isn't he on my TV?
He is. I'm watching the same thing you were.
That's Devin Booker. Anyway, Hassan Reddick, he got his 10th sack of the season.
Yes.
And he became the first player since the sack became a statistic in 1982 to have double-digit sacks in 3 straight seasons with 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Well, you already knew that.
I heard it. I heard it during the game last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So I guess everybody already knew, and I just feel stupid now.
Well, I don't feel stupid. I mean, I think that's a stat that.
Thought I brought something interesting here.
Well, you did. You did.
Well, it's so interesting. You're just watching TV. And, when we first got together, you paid attention. And you actually, talk to me. And now you're just watching TV, reading the newspaper, and so we're here just.
I have no newspaper in here.
Just trying to get your attention. Make you coffee and breakfast.
You want to go to a break now so you can cry a little bit?
Punch you in the vagina is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Right in the baby maker.
This is not awkward at all.
Yeah, it is. Telling you right now. I just keep talking to Laura and Laura like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's going to happen.
Can almost do a ventriloquist thing. Quick, put Keon on your hand to do a ventriloquist show.
I ain't falling for that again.
Yeah, no, I'm all good.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created. But most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 8448-87-2337, and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Cardinal Art is cracking me up. He's still very passionate about Chipotle. He's like, Chipotle's a knockoff of whatever Berto, Julio, Fulio, Juanito, you name it. Just gross.
Wow.
Phil Berto's, to me, that was like the standard, for a lot of years, especially for people who like to eat cat. 888-368-1580. Blissful Hayes says that children's hospital bit was text of the day. That was funny as hell. Hit the Nuts says it's Bart Scott yelling. That's all. I think Keon says a word once in a while. Kill me. I don't understand the thing you just said. Let's see here. Randy's Chuckle sends me a picture. This looks like out of tabloid Washington Examiner. Is that a real paper, or is that? I feel
that
like
is a real paper.
Oh, headline: Hippo swallows 2-year-old whole, then spits him out alive. And Randy's Chuckle says J.J. Watt wouldn't have spit him out.
No,
he'd have kept him.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's a real paper.
Yeah.
I never saw this thing where this guy caught a fish. And he's taking the hook out and he looks in and there's a frog staring him in the face. Like it just jumps out the fish's mouth and goes right past him. That was pretty awesome. Let's see. It's a shame because you could use that frog as bait. Let's see. Nurse Scratchit says, we should have never gotten rid of Hassan Reddick. Hassan Chop. Oh, I remember that from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Remember that? Dirty Dallas says, what is your favorite Mike Leach rant? Well, you had to appreciate his Pac-12 rant. about the mascots.
Oh yeah.
But boy, anytime he would go on a real bit of a roll, it was fun. There's been a few of them. There's been a few of them that are just great. I don't think I can say favorite. A lot of them are very good. Dirty Dallas. All right, what were we doing here? Let's just do this because this show's just turning weird on us. I kind of losing my voice. I feel like. You're welcome, America. So we better do On This Date. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1983, the highest scoring NBA game occurred when the Detroit Pistons beat the Denver Nuggets 186-184 in triple overtime at McNichols Sports Arena in Denver, Colorado. The two teams combined to score an NBA record 370 points, an NBA record. 4 players scored over 40 points in the game, including Nuggets Kiki Vanderway, who scored 51.
Wow.
See that right there? That's kind of awesome.
186 to 184?
No. The awesome part is there was no tie. You know what I mean?
I am.
There's no tie.
I don't think they allow ties in the NBA, do they?
No.
Yeah. You play till the damn thing is done.
We're just gonna keep having overtime till somebody collapses or we're done.
I guess it's a little easier in basketball because all the thing that happens is people are just kind of tired. Football injuries start to kind of go up when everybody is overtaxed and played out. Baseball, that's more about you're just boring the hell out of people. But you got to have respect for that. You know, you play till the damn game is over. Just play till it's over. No ties.
Baseball used to be that way before we got this lame commissioner.
Yeah, that runner on second is.
I thought they got rid of that. That's still around?
They got rid of it for one season, but it's officially back.
Hooray. Cardinal Art says Mike Leach speech on Pirates had me thinking I was on shrooms. Yeah. Pour me some rum there, Randy.
The Mike Leach speech about how gun owners, he wishes that most gun owners showed a level of competence before having guns. And then he went on this rant about how he has a Viking axe by his bed and how if he wants to whack somebody, he'll use that. And then it's got this handle curved down so that he could hook the adversary.
That was fun to hear, but you knew Mike Leach, if you broke into his house, he'd be staring at you for a minute before he said anything. You know, give me all your stuff.
He's not sure if he even wants to do it. Yeah.
He wasn't really moving quick, is what I'm saying. You know, he may have had that axe by the bed, but there's be like,
if you weren't literally by the bed when he heard you,
you'd have the drop on him. So you brought up the Olympics earlier, Big George, and this just makes me sad right here. The U.S. had a men's field hockey team compete in the Olympics 6 different times. Never won a single game, but they won a bronze in 1932. Why?
Were there only 3 teams?
There were only 3 teams that participated.
I'm not taking that medal.
That made me sad to hear.
You can't accept that medal. If you don't win any games,
you come back with a medal back in those days.
It's gold, it's silver. Nobody gets bronze. Nobody.
You think the papers printed that part? Probably not. Hey, America, we won a medal.
All right, boys, went over there and kicked some ass and won a bronze medal.
How much is bronze worth? I'm not keeping that.
You won a lot of games, did you? We won a medal. Okay, whatever.
It was only 3.
Man.
I got some stuff.
I can't win anything that way. That just feels too shameful.
I got some stuff we can talk about tomorrow in football. So I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. So I thought, well, what the hell, here at the end of the show, I'll ask you guys some trivia questions. Do you like when we do this?
Is this going to be like it was last time and we go and fight this out?
You won.
And then you come out with this wrong answer. I have the answer here.
I can't promise anything.
I don't know. I'm notoriously bad at trivia, but also,
all right, go ahead.
Never opposed to trying.
Win. You won by half a point. I don't know why you're complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Do you know who invented the Hail Mary pass?
Jesus?
No, that would have been Mary. Hail Mary. You know, come on, give her credit. Just because she's a woman, don't take it away from her. No, the actual Hail Mary pass was invented in my lifetime. The term was invented in my lifetime. Seriously? I thought for sure
George Blanda.
No. Roger Staubach threw a 50-yard touchdown pass to win a playoff game for Dallas over Minnesota in 1975, and he said, "Oh, just Hail Mary, full of grace. I threw the ball." So it was, so everybody's like, "Oh, Hail Mary."
I didn't know that.
That's where it was. Roger Staubach invented it. So no points for any of you guys.
All right.
What is the most used college? Sports team nickname. What is the most used sports team nickname? Forget the word college. I just blathered that out.
But do we include college?
Yeah. Okay.
I have to go Bulldogs.
What do you say, Randy? All of sports. And I'll tell you right now, there are 76 colleges who use this nickname.
Wildcats.
Not even close. Eagles.
Eagles. Wow.
76 Eagles. Tigers is the second most common with 46 schools. Bulldogs, third with 40. So you were on the right track.
I knew there was a lot of Bulldogs because there's Georgia and Mississippi State. They're in the SEC together. They're both Bulldogs.
I just took a look at the text line. Cardinal Art yelled, "Roger!" because he knew it was somebody named Roger. So you get a half point, Cardinal Art. Half point for Cardinal Art.
All
right. No points for you guys yet.
Well, I think Keon should get at least a half a point there.
Okay, he didn't say it. He said one of the.
He said Bulldog. Maybe a third of a point
for being in the top three.
You get 25% of a point.
Okay.
Cardinal Art has half a point. Randy has no points.
As usual.
If Major League Baseball player, do we do this one? You know what happens if they catch a ball with their hat? If a Major League Baseball player catches a ball with his hat instead of a glove, what happens?
It's an out.
You're incorrect.
It's a ground rule double.
You're incorrect.
I don't know.
If a Major League Baseball player catches a ball with their hat, the batter automatically gets a triple, and anyone else already on base gets to score. This is why you don't see anybody catching a ball with their hat. Why they made this a rule, and you can look it up. It's in there. I have no idea.
What that just tells me is that they had an epidemic of people just trying to catch the ball with their hat.
I think that would be cool.
That would be a very cool thing to
catch
do.
the ball with your hat. It should be an out.
Kevin Mitchell back in the 80s. He was outfielder for the Giants, San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
There was a streaking line drive hit to his left. He caught it with his bare hand.
That's awesome. But even better.
And that was not a penalty? What? You mean catching it with a hat is a penalty?
Yeah, like I'm trying to understand what about the hat makes it an advantage.
Maybe the owners were like, well, we'd have to buy you a new hat if it tears. I don't know. That's all I got.
It seems like using your hat would be more difficult to do. There's no advantage in using your hat.
I don't like it either. So
it just doesn't make any sense.
And Lost Toby says, yeah, a barehanded catch is, he says, I watch that every year. That is wild. All right. So here's another one. Who invented the phrase, my bad? It's a sports guy, sports person.
Huh.
The expression, my bad, where'd that come from?
NBA player?
You are correct.
I mean, yeah, that was my guess too. I just trying to.
You have a 1/10 of a point.
Laker?
No.
Was he a Laker?
I'm not getting. This isn't like 20 questions, man.
I don't know. Like
you're wrong.
Latrell Sprewell.
You're wrong.
I don't know.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Taking away your 0.1 points. The expression "my bad" became popular because of Manute Bol.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't have full grasp of the English language, so instead of saying "my fault," he'd be like "my bad," and that's where we got it, and it spread around, and now we all say,
"How about that?"
My bad. Ray Rice? No, no, Harry. So it wasn't Ray Rice. No, Cardinal Art. It was not Jalen Rose. No, we already know Manute Bol. All right. So let's see here. 3 teams in the NFL have never had the first overall pick in the draft. Who are they?
3 teams.
3. Which one?
Never.
3 teams.
Yes.
Never had the number 1 pick.
Right.
3.
Which ones is the question?
Only 3.
Yeah. You get to name them. You get nothing.
3 teams.
The 3 teams who've never had the first pick in the draft.
The New York Giants.
Incorrect. Sorry. You're not going to get the rest right.
The Dallas Cowboys.
No. Wrong.
No.
The Rainy City Bitch Pigeons, the Baltimore Murderous Ravens, and the Denver We Used to Be Good Broncos.
I did not know that.
Those are the
Obviously.
3 teams who've never had the first pick.
I could have guessed the Ravens. I don't know why I didn't think of them.
Dirty Donkey, for some reason, thought maybe Stu Scott said my bad. Big George. Wildcat, was it? No, that wasn't close. Blissful Hayes says, will the medical doctors be taking parts from a little person cadaver to repair Kyler's knee?
Wow.
Wow. Way to kick a guy while he's down.
Well, he can't kick back. So, Hefty Lefty says, so participation trophies, I guess, did start back in the 1930s. Yeah, you're right. You don't want to take that medal. But back in those days, you came home with it. And maybe you didn't go in the parade, but you're like, hey, USA, right? Just saying. All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This view was worth the hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered